Alright, recording should be up. Welcome back to another CPU bracket for Ultra Street Fighter 4. This is number 6. No real special editions or anything like that this time around. This is just basically going to be a normal bracket. It's been a minute since we had a normalized version of the CPU bracket, so only thing that's quote-unquote special is still the notion that Zangief is still banned. Yeah, we're just not having Zangief in any more of these tournaments where you can actually pick him. If we do like another random tournament or something special or something specific, we can revisit that idea to bring Zangief back. But I'm sure for anyone that's been in these CPU brackets already or have seen the YouTube, it's been quite a lot of tournaments that he's just advanced in, and he's kind of won half of them. So I don't want an entire top 8 of winners to just all be Zangief, you know, so we're not doing that anymore. So like I said, regular bracket. We have, I think, 24 entrants tonight. So we can make this pretty quick if we get through this. Right now, I kind of have certain winners already, like those are the lower seeds, because I'm really trying to get new winners for these. You know, of course, anyone that's already won a bracket before is more than welcome to enter. I just want to make sure we have enough to where we have like our final, basically finale one of CPU brackets for this little mini series I guess we're doing. So all right, but first up I want to bring this up here. So we have Seth coming up and we have Yulaw coming up as well. So Seth has he has Elena. He has no color choice, so I'm just gonna pick one at random. Let's go with the blue. Don't matter. All right, double ultra as always, and Yulaw also has no specific colors, but he has Abel. I'm gonna do the first one. I think I remember this one. I'm giving that bright ass yellow because we're gonna really start going. So for anyone that is new to these CPU brackets, I want to introduce it real quick for all the rules. For this particular one, like I said, Zangief is banned. Normally we would have all the characters available, but like I said, Zangief is just constantly winning every tournament, and it's not particularly fair for anyone that doesn't pick a character like that. So rules is it's going to be 2 out of 3, all the way up until basically winner semis. So when there's like the last 4 players available for the tournament, then we'll basically have it to 3 out of 5. And CPU bracket is exactly how it sounds. You basically get to pick a character at the beginning of when I start the Start GG and like for the brackets to set up. You tell me which character you want, and throughout the entire tournament, that's the character you get. In this particular one, since it's just all Ultra, everyone gets to have Ultra as their addition of the character, and they have double Ultra. So you may just be able to pick Elena like how Seth has, and you could get healing, but the CPU might prioritize the other Ultra, which, you know, it just happens. We're just kind of letting the CPU bracket do its own thing, let it kind of AI generate some wins, I guess. You could also in the future change your like how well you can do in the brackets. So in particular, if you wanted like a specific edition of a character, like say you wanted Omega for Elena, if you already subscribed to the Twitch channel, you would be able to let me know, and then I'll verify that you're subscribed. And then from there, you get to pick your edition and you get to pick your Ultra. So for the future, if you ever want to change it, if you're already subbed to the Twitch, you are more than welcome to change your character, unless it's a very specific bracket, like if we do all super characters or something like that. But that's for another time, and I will at the end of the stream also let you guys know for the next CPU bracket what the special conditions are for that particular bracket, which it's going to be a little bit different. It's same but different. I'll let you guys know a little bit later if you guys haven't been following on the Discord. So if you want to get yourselves involved in the next CPU bracket, all you have to do is already be followed on the Twitch channel, and then you just have to be added into the Discord, and then just follow, and then find out what characters are still open. But once you already pick a character, you can't switch back. So that's you're kind of locked in as soon as you pick it. All right, but like I said, first round, we have Seth with Elena and Yulaw with Abel. I don't think I've seen this matchup before. I'm more kind of interested to see what both of these guys have. Not so great usage with the CPU sometimes. Abel is a very strong character when the actual CPU wants to start working, but a lot of the time he likes to sell, and he likes to just kind of throw out certain ultras that don't really work when it's the other ultra, and vice versa. And Elena also has a problem where a lot of her startup on her specials, she likes to prioritize like something like that, where nice going into the EX command grab, she'll go into like the Reiner Horn a lot and then just get anti-aired or just out of it because of the startup just like that. So Seth, unfortunately, not looking super great at the start. Eula looking pretty good. We do have full double ultra, so we may have to try to utilize all the... There's ultra 1, but the roll was stuffed through, and I think that was Standing Fierce that just kind of beat it out of the roll. So Eula already taken the first round very, very quickly. Utilizing meter is also another big thing. You really don't want your CPU guy to really utilize more of like the focus like that. Like the red focus will just eat up all of the meter that you just acquired. But unless you get like something like that, we get a counter hit, but no follow-up though. Jumping jab, not quite gonna reach that. And that's the CPU too. It's like it wants to try to counteract with certain special moves, but because, oh man, that's just gonna kill. If he just sweep, that would have been it. Wow. Red focus into the Breathless Ultra. Yo, Abel actually getting an Ultra where it doesn't super work, but it works in that particular scenario because it has that hit of armor. So that was extremely something. Well, that's the first round going straight to Eula there. All right, going straight into the next round. So, unfortunately, Seth. Also, this is a single elimination bracket. I don't think I mentioned that before. So, in the future, we may do doubles, but that might just be for specific brackets. But for now, they're all single elimination. Nice Rhino Horn. Yeah, Elena's not really getting anything off. Like, this is kind of not her greatest matchup. You have someone that has a Vortex, just like Abel has. Wake up options for the EX command grabs and regular command grabs. She has hard knockdown things, but the CPU doesn't care when it wakes up in command throws anyway. And he also has a full super bar. Only one more round in order for Eula to advance. Yeah, I don't think that Elena really has much of a chance here. I've seen like in every single bracket that I don't think that she's really won anything. She's gotten close to maybe taking some rounds, but in general, this character doesn't really have like the tools as a CPU really needs to get past everything. There are some lower tiers for sure, and I might even do a tier list of how the CPU kind of works in this type of bracket. That would be pretty cool to kind of go forward. Also, it tries to get the Rhino or like the shock wheel, but that hit behind because of the roll. And Abel actually could have just done an ultra, but we wake up ultra ourselves, and that actually is gonna take a round. Ooh, not quite, barely alive. Oh no, dude. Just a straight jump into Ultra 2, and Eula is going to take that extremely convincing 4 straight rounds. Almost had a round coming in from Seth. That really would have just been basically the heart-wrenching moment that he needs. But unfortunately, Eula is going to shut that down, and he is the first to advance into the next part of the bracket. Good stuff to Eula's CPU. His amiibo definitely put in some work. Eula has gotten pretty far in these tournaments as well, but just hasn't quite made it out to confirm, but that's okay. We get into the next portion of the bracket, though. Good stuff, Seth. We'll see you hopefully in the next one. But yeah, just for future reference, Elena is not really one to get anything to advance in most of these things. So next up, we have Maru and Remora coming up next. Let me get all the details here. I think both of these, excuse me, not Parsec, excuse me, don't want that up. We have Remora's Ken with a different color, so let's get Maru up first. I know he has Viper. I'm gonna do something random. Let's do number 3, sure, and we'll get the purple going. And Ken, he's picked Alt 5. Color, what do you have? Color 5. Okay. So Remora has actually won a previous tournament, and that was the one where it was basically no grapplers. We've seen in the first CPU bracket and a couple other ones where grapplers really are very strong in these particular types of scenarios. But yeah, he won where it's basically no grapplers, and it was just basically all Shotos. So just turned out that Ken was the one to win in that round. So he is coming up on already like winning and being in our latest brackets and stuff, and when we do our season finale, he is already automatic like put into that bracket. We'll have that date and whenever that's actually going to be filled in the future. But Mara is like the first time coming up here, picking up C Viper, and Viper's past in CPU brackets hasn't really been the strongest. When it was like picked for her and she got vanilla, she got immense damage off with her full ultra with Ultra 1. But in an ultra scenario, she might be fine. And go up against another a good Shoto, I feel like she kind of has to outzone, but I don't think the CPU is really catered to do that. More Seismos, though, is really... Oh, that's why. He wants to just pick Harvey Birdman. I see. Well, of all the Ultra, like, bird or, like, the animal costumes, there's only a couple that make sense, and Ken's is another one that makes sense. Balrog's is good, you know. There's a couple other ones that are pretty decent, so... Anyway, wow, already... Maru in like 10 seconds was able to build up Ultra 2, and he just does a neutral jump in to get that. And honestly, that damage is not that great. That's only about as much as like maybe like one special move or maybe like 2 fierces. So you don't really get that much mileage out of the damage when you have double Ultra, and that's one of the times you get to see that. And that's it. Double Ultra. And both Ultras being a part of this first round and only bringing Ken up to about like 45 life down. And just 1 DP is just gonna take that round. Yeah. This is exactly what I want to see from Viper. More of the regular Seismos to try to out neutral, especially when you're in the mid screen. But Ken is going really strong right now. Damn, the medium DP actually went through. Oh, but no punish. Unfortunately, the Ultra was a little bit too far, and Ken just got right out of that. Yeah, this is looking like... Yep, that's looking like Remora's round. He's going to take the first round very convincingly. Yeah, so that's one of those things where it's like Viper does have a lot of great options. But when she goes up against someone that has great wake-up options and good normals, like how Ken has, especially with the step kick, he can just bridge that gap where, like, she wants to try to go with the Seismos. But, yeah, he's just very strong. And already, that's no rounds coming in from player 1 side off of 2 rounds so far. We'll see if we can get, like, another set where we can have, like, all the player 2 side actually making it throughout the entire tournament. Nice standing roundhouse. That standing roundhouse is so far. It is so damaging. Alright, so this is better damage, and this is only bringing Ken to about half life. Tries to stay away, but standing roundhouse and actually tries to... Oh, but jumps right into the Ultra. Already just built it from there, and yeah, that's Ken. That's 3 rounds straight. Can we take another 4 rounds all from the player 2 side at the beginning of the bracket? All right, step kick going in, DP going in. All right, okay, yes, we definitely want to try to utilize more of our meter. We're already down on rounds incredibly. We lose this round, we're out. Try to use as much. Ooh, nice uppercut, getting past of the Tatsu. And that's punish, yep. No, but he was still in the air. Oh, no. This is looking... Oh, he was able to block. He was able to recover in time. Nice throw. Okay. Maru's not quite out of it. I feel like 2 more scenarios, though. 2 more guesses. Yeah, I feel like he's going to die. All right, wake up DP, though. Every DP. And the step kick actually stopped the EX Seismo. It wasn't fully invuled during the active frame. Step kick is gonna like bridge the gap, and that's 4 rounds straight onto the player 2 side. Remora is gonna take that convincingly once again, going over Maru. That is just so unfortunate for Viper. I feel like she is such a strong character that she can get through some matchups, but just going against like someone like Ken, it's just, he has so many better wake up options, especially like how the CPU just will take over, and that shows it right there. So yeah, good stuff to Remora. Gonna keep it pushing, keep it moving. But coming up next, we have Lib. We got Liberal Terminator coming up with that Dudley. And we have Ontarioso coming in on with the Chun-Li. Now, I know both of these players are so character enthusiasts. Lib has been playing a lot of Ultra recently. I've seen him just kind of play it here and there. This is his character, so I feel like that's why he's picked. From just the past CPU brackets, though, he's not really one to really make things happen. I feel like the best that he's gotten up was maybe like the round before winners quarters or something like that. So he's won a few matchups, but in general, this character CPU just doesn't really get things done when it comes to the stronger characters, for sure. I'm saying things to stall for time because I'm trying to find Dudley and I can't find him. There he is. Okay. He has color 3. Yeah, he wants that pink. I remember. And the same thing goes for Chun-Li. So putting these two as a matchup wise, I'm gonna go with this color. Let's get that pink going. Yeah, I don't really remember which one this one is. But Chun-Li also is another one of those, like, on paper has immense great normals, good decision making for her special moves. She's very floaty, so she can kind of bypass some of the like the jump-in options that some characters have. She also has like good ultras that you can kind of reactionary do as a CPU and jump-ins with the Kikosho. But just like Dudley, doesn't really get too far. I'm kind of interested to see like how the CPUs are going to go up against each other on this one. I want to see more of the ultras from Dudley though, because he has more reactionary ultras, not so much of like combo extensions as the CPU likes to do. I feel like Chun has a better... Oh yeah, I picked the right color for sure. That's nice. I feel like he has better ultra gains, but as far as like the actual neutral, I think that Chun might win. Nice anti-air. I think that's standing forward. Alright, counter. So we're about even on life, but already utilizing for the EX kicks. Short swing blow, no dice there. Lightning legs, yeah. Lightning legs neutral is actually really bypassing a lot of Dudley's options and actually uses the special move to go right over on the dash up on the Ultra 1. Oh, he dashed right into the Kikosho. Yep, there it is. So this is double Ultra. This is still pretty good damage. And now full screen neutral. And he dashes to try to get past of the Kikoken, but jumps right into it. And that's going to take the first round. Player 2 side stocks are high in this tournament today. I didn't rig the bracket or anything, but it just seems like the characters on player 2 side are really taking a good look over player 1 side. Nice sweep. Utilizing all of her meter though, but she's at a very nice life advantage. And raw ultra, the CPU is not pressing anything there. A lot of the times, yeah, these counters is what Dudley's trying to do, and that special is not pressing it. Either that he's not doing it for that long, but regardless of the fact. Okay, so legs, okay, counter is there, and there's the throw. Okay. A lot of things are happening in like the short amount of span where I'm trying to talk about the match. But I've noticed that the CPU for Dudley is going for a lot of counters, and off of the legs and her normals, they're great. But when it just goes right over them, like, it just doesn't work. You just kind of throw it out there, and then you can get thrown. Yeah, wasn't really looking good, but we'll see if Lib's Dudley can actually move forward on that. Lightning legs to start off. Yeah, I want to see more lightning legs for sure in the neutral here. That stops a lot of the pressure, like the dash ups, just like that. Probably some more machine gun blows, yeah, and short swing blows just like that. That seems to like kind of go past a lot of her normal like patterns that she's doing. Oh, nice jump in, but yeah, we go straight into the Kikosho, and that's gonna put her at the life advantage. Again, double ultra is not super high, and utilizing way more ultra ones I'd like to see, and every single one is either missed or he just goes straight into the block. So none of them are hitting. Lightning legs again, short swing blow, just jumps right over it. Dashes, and yeah, that's I think that's crouching forward. Yeah, one more round, and player 2 side is about to take 6 rounds straight into the bracket tonight. Player 2 side is immense on the stocks right now. I did not really seed the bracket to make it that way. It just kind of is happening. So, all right, we're about even on life though. Nice uppercut. We definitely want to see more of the uppercuts, but go straight into a counter even off of the recovery. But Lib actually might take a round here, though. Oh, we actually... Wow, we get the full Ultra 1. And this, even though it's double Ultra, it's full cinematic. And now we're just about even on life. Nice crossover and good throw, putting Dudley back into the corner. That was looking so scary, but the Ultra 2 actually doesn't hit Chun. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, if you were on the player 2 side tonight, you were looking extremely well. That is 6 rounds straight. Ontarioso 2-0 victory, no rounds, and every single person, Eula, Remora, and Ontarioso, have put in the work on the player 2 side, and that is just looking incredible on performance for player 2 side. Good stuff to Ontarioso moving forward, and that goes to show, I guess, within lower tier matchups on the CPU, Chun is a pretty decent character, but he will be facing Chamber a little bit later, and that is a matchup that I feel for. That looks tough, but we'll see a little bit later. All right, coming up next, though, I'm gonna reset all this. So we have Shikimiri, which shout-outs to Shikimiri. That is Iron Grid's Shikimiri, who has now recently been partnered with the guys over in Jersey. So shout-outs to Shiki for making his immense progress to build up the Jersey scene and to keep Marvel alive specifically for tournaments out there. I believe they had Iron Grid just yesterday, and I believe it was Kropes that won that local. So good stuff to Shiki for keeping that scene alive and keeping the brackets up. And up on his side here is Danger Box. Yeah, Danger Box out here with the T-Hawk. So this is a finals match that I know can happen, but it's a round 1 pick. So I kind of want to see what a 3 out of 5 set between these characters can look like, but that is going to be a tall order to really see through. Do any of these guys have... Yes, Danger Box does have, and both Shiki and Danger Box have different colors this time. So Bison has Alt 3, color 7, and Danger Box has T-Hawk for Alt 2, color 12. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not really sure how these two will interact. I don't think that we've seen these in previous brackets, but I know this could be a grand finals match for sure, and maybe a future bracket. But seeing this as a round 1, though, these two, basically for a charge character and for a grappler, when it's not Geef, these are like the highest that they could be. Bison is so strong. But T-Hawk is also incredibly good with his SPDs and all of his specials too. So I'm not really sure how this is going to go. I think I'd rather put this on T-Hawk, but we'll see how it kind of goes. Alright, yeah, a lot of the Devil's Stomp, Devil's Reverse, Scissors Kicks, that's gonna... And also his normals. Bison has a lot of great tools and can utilize his meter and both Ultras pretty well. I do want to see more of the Nightmare Booster rather than Ultra 2, but the CPU seems to like go for Ultra 2 a lot. But we'll see how it kind of goes against T-Hawk. And T-Hawk almost on... Yeah, he's just on next hit life, and the backdash is not going to catch. Standing jab actually interrupts the Ultra. And just like that, T-Hawk is now back in it, counter hits, and into the SPD. Wow, just barely taking the first round. And again, player 2 side is looking incredibly well tonight. Even though Bison looked extremely well and very promising, like the first 15 seconds of that round, missing that Ultra was the beginning of it, of the downfall. All right, wake up command grab. And we also have 2 bars. Wow, the Condor Spire actually got past the Scissors Kicks. Good use of the meter, and in 10 seconds we're about like 40% life on Bison. It was pretty close to stun, I'm sure, but stun meter is definitely off now. Scissors Kicks trying to press in. Did we actually press? Yes, it was a counter hit, but a late punish trying to go for, and that's only just about to even on the life here. All right, tries to maybe EX stomp, but nice jumping. I think that's jumping forward. And Condor Spire. Danger Box is keeping up on the player 2 side. I did not reset the score. My apologies. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that is going to be the first one. We'll actually reset here, and then now that'll work. Sorry. So Danger Box taking the first round of the first game again. Player 2 is looking... That is 7 rounds straight with no rounds coming in on player 1 side. Shiki can do it, and Bison is absolutely a character that can do it and was very close on the first round. But you get into a vortex like this, you don't want to get caught. Or stomps, yeah, definitely want to try to do more stomps. Yes, I want to see way more of these. Shiki might actually be the first person to get around on the player 1 side, but not if he just jumps right into an SPD. Scissors kicks. Lands. Devil's reverse. Gets out. Slides. Gets focused through, but spends the EX for the scissors kicks. Full double ultra from T-Hawk. Tries to punish. Ooh, did he jump? Nice pun. No punish! Devil's reverse. He is in chip territory, and finally, 1 round going in on the player 1 side off of 7 straight games. Shiki is going to take the first, not even a game. We got to even get hyped for a round. Shiki getting a round is incredible already this late into a bracket. Not even 1 round. Shiki's the first one to do it. Let's see if he can keep the momentum and actually take a game. Alright, sliding right into it, but no dice, not going to hit. Devil stomp, scissors kicks. More scissors kicks, but right into a tomahawk. Almost gets the SPD, but actually gets thrown out of it. And here goes the ultra. Did we actually punish? This actually is going to kill. Shiki is going to take his first game. Player 2 side is not going to get a full sweep. We at least have a game. We're in there. Okay. 1-1. Good stuff to Shiki. Staying alive 2 straight rounds there. And yeah, this absolutely could be a great grand finals. A really good grand finals if this ever gets to a point for that. Standing forward. Very good button. And that puts T-Hawk at a very bad disadvantage. And that's the first Psycho Crusher, actually, of the set. I don't know if Psycho Crusher is really a good spot to go up for punishing against that. But now we're out of the Ultra. Tries to spend it and punish, but jumps right into another SPD. And Danger Box is another step closer, trying to take this round. Reversals going into a throw. Slides, but the reactionary from the CPU, and just like that, 1 more round away, and Danger Box is going to take it over Shikimiri. That, again, really could have been Bice's round, but unfortunately, another missed opportunity for that Ultra 2, with the Tomahawk just completely whiffing. Full screen, gets the slide. Slides again, counter hit. EX scissor kicks this time. Very good life advantage going in for Bison, but no meter on each side. Immediately as soon as Shiki gets it, does a scissors kicks. And we're going to wake up Ultra 1. Now, this would be really high damage, but this is double. So we're just still under the life advantage, though. Does bring it a little bit closer. Alright, EX Tomahawk getting so much closer. Standing roundhouse. Good punish. And gets the counter hit. Wasn't quite a whiff punish, but still was able to press. Not quite killing, though. Still in chip territory. Any other step will do it. And just the jump in standing roundhouse. And now we're a round apiece. Next round, the player is going to take it to move and advance into the bracket. Do we have any high hopes for player 1 side? I don't know at this point. At least Shiki's the only one to do it. Alright. T-Hawk at a very high advantage here. Devil's reverse. Tries to jab into an SPD reset. Now that's a whiff punish. Yeah, standing roundhouse, actually. First time we see a standing roundhouse going in for T-Hawk. But that actually builds the double ultra. Oh, he did Ultra 2 off of the reactionary. He probably did like the Devil Stomp. Not quite as much damage, but at a very immense life lead now. And 1 Devil's reverse, and that's actually going to put him at about an even state. Focus through, and now takes care of the gray life. Next interaction. Now they're basically in chip territory. 1 more hit. We'll do it. And the chip out from the scissors kicks. The scissors kicks was the right answer there. Chipping out T-Hawk. And that's the first game going in on the player 1 side. And Danger Box is another player that I think won the last CPU bracket off of random select. He was already going to be into the next bracket in the future. But he is now out of the tournament. Unfortunate for him. Danger Box looked really good into that, but Shiki with M. Bison. I'm telling you guys, this would be a really good grand finals match if we ever get it to kind of line up that way. So hopefully in the next one we can see that, but Shiki is going to advance, putting the player 1 side finally on the board for 1 game. So we'll see if player 1 side will actually keep it going and keep it rolling. I don't know if I can put high hops on that, but we'll see how it goes. All right. So next up, guys, we have Jason Game Dev coming in with the Ryu, the very boring Ryu side, of course. And we have my fellow Brandon, BKN, coming in on the right. And we've got that Cody. Dude, that's another very secret higher tier on the CPU brackets, I feel. He's been putting in a lot of work, putting in, not just for like the CPU brackets itself, but putting down characters that also are very much into grand finals situations. Hugo was in the first CPU bracket, got second place. Wasn't quite able to pull through. But Cody was one of the few characters in another bracket where he completely obliterated Hugo's entire game plan. So it's another high stakes character to go up against certain matchups. So glad to see the characters still kind of rolling with it. I don't think either of these guys, yeah, they do not have any particular color set. So let me fix this list real quick. Okay, yeah, everyone here is still good. All right. So I'll give, let's do, I don't remember what the do-rag one is, but I'm a guess this is it. I'm gonna give him the purple. And we have Cody with no color. So I'll give him, I think it's color 1, where it's just he's in like the tank top. I'll give him that one. I'll give him the bright yellow, of course. Gotta keep up with his blonde hairstyle. Alright, as far as this matchup goes, I think they may have reached each other once before. I know I've seen a lot of Rose up against Cody, for sure. But in a regular, like, Shoto matchup, I don't really know. Oh, nice, I did get the do-rag one. Nice. Yeah, nice, I got the tank top. Cool. Yeah, I don't really think that these two have played in a set, so I'm not really sure how, like, Shoto would go up against Cody's wake-up options. Well, the regular Fierce DP, Bingo is also another great option. That standing forward, yeah. They're really good options for normals going up against Ryu, too. Bingo also will get past a lot of the fireball game. The rock throws also will trade, and just like that, quickly, we're basically now down into last bit of the neutral, and yeah, there goes the criminal upper. First round going in for BKN. Yeah, a lot of the Ryu options were kind of stuffed by what Cody could do, especially Bingo goes right through regular fireballs, the rush into the slide, and you know, the anti-air roundhouse is very good. He also has picked up the knife a few times to go into neutral. Nice. Oh, that the back strong is so good. I love that as an anti-air. Alright, just about even though. Alright, Ultra 2. And yeah, that's a counter hit. And this, again, double Ultra doesn't really do too well as far as damage goes. But when it comes to utility, that Ultra is actually really good up against Fireball characters. Alright, unfortunately, not quite able to get any damage from that Ultra 1. BKN was able to get down in time and block. And EX Criminal Upper going through the block screen. Here's DP. Fireball, but Bingo is going to be the great equalizer, putting down on one match going up against Jason Game Dev. So Ryu, not quite a good option, I guess it seems. A lot of like the options that he had, he was able to get like a lot of fierce DPs, but I don't think that really is going to like matter too much when all of your other options as the CPU is wake up options. When Cody has that many, I feel like, yeah, it seems like it's a, whoops, did not mean to do that. My fault. Just gives the CPUs more time to RNG, I'm just doing RNG manipulation, that's all. But, yeah. Maybe this is, like, for the player one side. Maybe I did need to go to character select every time, but I guess we'll see how that goes. It's the stage, RDK, it's the stage. Alright, BKN already with the lead on the first round. Or the first game, rather. Bingo, and just the only damage we got off from Jason Game Dev was just the standing forward, or the standing short. Go straight into the Ultra 2. And honestly, Ultra 2 is not really that great of an option, but I guess when it comes to the CPU, it doesn't matter, because when you go into a cinematic anyway, you kind of want to just get the maximum damage. And just like that, you built up the double Ultra, and you're going to get the sand in the face for Ultra 2. BKN already looking incredible off of the 2 rounds here. And again, player 2 stocks are incredibly high today. Lordy Lord. Nice jump in, but the forward going into the criminal upper. Bingo, bingo, double bingos. EX Tatsu though, putting it full screen. Bingo again, the chip damage from Bingo on top of that, and the EX upper. Okay, what? Oh, we're gonna counteract with the Ultra. Very good option coming in from Jason. And now we're in the life lead with a bar. He really needs to stay alive here. Standing roundhouse. Counter hit though. Could have gotten into the upper to confirm. And again, more of the same. Bingo is going to shut it down. 2 straight. Player 2 side. Dude, I don't know what's happening. Player 2 is looking incredible when it comes to this bracket tonight. Unfortunately for Jason Game Dev, couldn't get around. The only ones that was able to get around was a victory coming in from Shikimiri. But doesn't look like it's looking super strong right now. But that'll be that. BKN moving to advance to go up against Well-Dressed Gem a little bit later. Okay, so we have coming up next, the last character pick, the last entrant for this bracket. Lord Pink is gonna go up against Zeno. Shout out to Zeno, of course. He's gotten very high into brackets. He's already won a bracket, gotten second place in another. So he's been doing really well as far as like how well his characters have been moving forward. But Balrog is gonna be picked for Lord Pink, and Hugo is gonna be for Zeno. Hugo is another very strong competitive character. Obviously, being a grappler in these CPU brackets is very high. You really want to make sure that you get a grappler for the most part. Grapplers, obviously, with their wake-up options of command throws, will automatically put them into a lead. Their 99s are very good, especially if they're like someone as tall and strong as Hugo is with his normals. But Balrog has also moved very high into some of these brackets too. But wasn't quite able to make it too far. Maybe he can do some good damage, but the really big bane of Balrog's thing is his Dirty Bull as the Ultra. Obviously, I shouldn't have to say it, but Ultra 2 as Balrog is also Dog Water. You are able to at least like get some things out of it, like damage, not really, but the stun, it can be very high. But you can't really do that and counteract it if you're not pressing. You need to completely be obliterating on all like your turn punches and everything else, your normals of course. But Hugo is going to be very hard to stun. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Money on this one is definitely on the Hugo. This character is incredibly strong. Both Ultras also very good and useful. Yeah, I don't know. This is just looking, I would definitely put the money up on the Hugo for sure. Oh, I forgot to reset the score. My apologies. There you go. All right, already, and actually a little bit far to get the SPD. And yeah, honestly, the jabs is very good for a nice turn punch to try to get out from that rush. Oh my god! But of course, one SPD is gonna do that, and counter hit actually misses up that wall-to-wall command grab. Guess he falls a little bit faster than he like. Yeah, there it is. Even though as good as the, I believe the 3-frame jabs coming in from Balrog, as fast as they are, you can still try to get, you could get another command throw out of that particular spot. Okay, but the normals are actually coming in clutch. Oh, but he dashed in and got clapped for it. That was really looking good for Lord Pink. He really kept Hugo out with those jabs, the fierces, even got a roundhouse, I believe, in there once. And that actually brought it up with just normals alone. If we could just do that and keep Hugo out with just those very fast jabs, we could actually do really well here. But you go in for the turnaround punch and you get an SBD for that. Alright, crouching fierce, not quite making anything happen there. Turn punch, but you spend it to just go into the red focus. Oh my god, yeah, this is not looking super good. Zeno might actually take another bracket. Hugo is incredibly strong going up against this matchup for sure. Lord Pink definitely could have had that first round, but yeah, as you can see, Hugo, he's not quite banned yet. He might be, depending on how things go. But yeah, this character is incredibly strong. Balrog is also another strong character, though. I do think that he can take a round or two. Not even just the round. I feel like he could take a game. Yeah, but that's one thing, though. If you actually block a dash punch, you could just go straight into the SPD. And, of course, the CPU is very on top and on point. Nice double jabs. Puts it away. And actually, good for Balrog to not actually press there, making him spend all the resources, but gets the EX backbreaker. And that's another thing. The focus attack. Oh, wow. Okay, wait. We actually get some stun in here, but the damage is decent. We actually are about even on life here. But now stun is definitely out, so that ultra was kind of pointless. Oh my god. Yep. When I had a little bit of hope, I wasn't going to say anything until Balrog had either won or lost, but that is so unfortunate. That focus, I'm saying, is literally the worst focus in the entire game. You just focus out of anything, you just get punished for it. And that's exactly why that he just lost. Turnaround punch once again, not able to hit anything. Of course, Hugo actually able to command grab from it. Yeah, focus to try through that. Not quite. Again, another turnaround punch. Hugo is just absolutely obliterating the matchup here. Backdash is out from the SPD though, but that's not going to really do much. Especially when you're not... Okay, at least you put Hugo into the corner. Oh my god, but he was able to get out of that clap situation. Alright, we just have about full ultra though. Balrog needs to make a miracle happen. And he's on chip territory. If he's able to ultra, he's got to do something. And he turnaround punches into a red focus. Oh my god, dude. Red focus and just focusing out and just letting the attack whiff is just so bad. Lord Pink, unfortunately, the last person to enter into this bracket is going to be very early, almost the first one to leave as quickly as that happened. Now, again, look at this scoreboard. Player 2 side is incredible with how much it's been going up on stocks right now. Unfortunately, Lord Pink is not going to make it here. Congrats, Zeno. You picked right at the character select screen. Good stuff. So Zeno is going to move on, and he's going to be facing My Game Dragon a little bit later. So we're getting into the round 2 almost just right now. We have only 2 more matches here. Coming up next, we have TJ and my soon-to-be wife in about 2 months, Kia Queen. Let me reset the score. TJ has picked Gen. I don't know how well that's going to really portray into this matchup, because Poison is another one of those very high stock characters that kind of has everything that the CPU really wants to do. She has wake up options, she has good normals, she has good ultras, she has a lot of damaging with the Rekkas as well. And Gen, I feel like if he's in crane stance, if you could have the CPU go into crane stance at the start, he has a better chance of just doing high damaging normals. But he's not. He's always like in that like Mantis style. So you kind of have to force him to go into a better situation, which the CPU just kind of has to do that themselves, and it's really difficult to kind of press it. Again, I'm stalling for time because Gen is nowhere to be found. I can't find Gen. Can you find Gen? It's like finding Waldo. Where the hell is he? I feel like I walked right over him, and I'm not seeing him. Where is this old character? Dude, like, am I... Oh, there he is. Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ, why does he blend? He's like one of the characters that really should. I'm gonna give him shit brown. Yeah, I don't think anyone has the color for this one, yeah. No, he didn't pick one. Alright, and Poison. I don't remember what colors are good. I'm gonna just see what that last one is, but I don't know. Yeah, if I was a betting man, I would be putting stocks into to Poison. And again, the neutral options too. She also has basically a full screen fireball. So yeah, she can definitely keep Gen out, but Ken's first ultra is very... Oh yeah, that's a good Gen color. Hell yeah. That's not even brown either. Like, all right, whatever. Oh, is this the Halloween one? Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah, I haven't actually seen this one in practice. It's a pretty good one though. All right, yeah, fireball pressure. I feel like as a special move, his 100 hands is it's only good to like kind of like be put into the corner, into the mid screen. It doesn't really do that much damage. It's more like just a kind of get off me tool. But you kind of really want to like explode on damage in a lot of situations here. All right, EX hands though, that's pretty good. And she jumps into the Ultra 2, but that's not too bad because the Ultra 2 will only give you the gray life. You have to still hit. And she just gains that life, especially when you get into like that throw type of animation that she gets. So yeah, all of that Ultra 2 damage she just gets right back. And there it is. Slap, 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 slap. First round, okay. Dude, Gen with that Ultra 2, that really puts him at such a sorry situation. Ultra 1 is obviously like probably one of the best. Okay, alright, he's into crane stance. That's a pretty good option though. I want to see more of the crane stance. Hopefully he doesn't change back into the other one. I feel like when he's in crane stance, he gets a lot better normals and good, like higher damaging options. Alright, spending all the resources though. She is now out of bar. And actually that's going to be the anti-air. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And yeah, okay. We have TJ now in the life lead, but just like that. Rekka's not quite hitting though. Tries a standing roundhouse. Nice wall clean to get out of the corner though. Yo, that normal is so goofy. Yo, he wall jumps into the Ultra 1. He wall jumps and try to get out of the situation, but he dive kicks into it. Yo, the CPU is selling. That was incredibly already like put into the corner, and all he had to do is just get out of it. And he just jumps right back in. I haven't seen the computer completely just miss an opportunity for a full punish like that. But all right, Gen not really taking the advantage in the first round or the first game. Still on the player 2 side. Sorry for anyone that's on player 1 this entire tournament, except for Shiki. Shiki's the only one that's been making it alive so far. All right. First round of the second game, though. Poison now definitely in the life lead. We do have a bar, but that's actually not going to go through. Ultra 2 was the answer. If it was Ultra 1, she might have been able to put through that fireball, but not quite able to do. Wake up throw, and now we're in chip territory. Yeah, just going to wake up uppercut. All right, and the wife, Kia Queen, is now 1 round away to keep the player 2 side. Once again, continuing to be the better option tonight. I'm not really a fan of the teal blue, though. I'm going to change the color a little bit later for sure.
Let's go.
Oh. She's getting hype in the background. All right, she does build Ultra. And somehow not able to... Okay, there's the Ultra now. And there we go. Now there's going to be a punish. No, but the Fireball! The Fireball actually stops Ultra 1. I guess it was right in the between the iframes to get past it. Was the option to like actually wake up Ultra to get past it, but it just completely hit like the Stingray essentially. Okay, again, Ultra 2 is now not gonna quite kill. We need at least maybe 2 hits depending. Okay, now the Great Life is out, but that's one of those things where it's like you gave back a little bit of life and still kept it alive, but that Ultra 2 did not seal the deal. And again, 4 straight rounds. Player 2 side advancing incredibly smoothly off of the poison pick on the Gen. Unfortunately for TJ, that's going to do it. Good stuff to you. Thanks for putting yourself into the bracket, but you got mixed at the player selection, so I'll do it. Moving on is Kia Queen, and she will be facing Charlemagne a little bit later. She didn't like that. I had a very, very hard sigh a little bit like in my ear, so... All right, she doesn't want to face anybody. She just wants to win. All right, coming up next we have there's a last round for round 1, last game here. We have I need to bring up this. Reset that. We have Static Gorilla with that Yun pick, another very high potential win. But also another high potential win is Bry NY's Hakan. So Yun and Hakan, I don't think we've seen into a CPU bracket before against each other, but both of these guys Hakan, once again, I feel like he hasn't gotten quite second place, but he's gotten like to the semifinal rounds. Again, a grapple character that has immense damage and good wake-up options. And Yun, just no need to be said, just one of the toppest of tier characters that has everything a CPU could want. It's just really a matter of how well the wake-up options is going to be for each. So, Yun, I'm going to pick Alt 2. I'll go... Let's get the lime green. I don't really remember this one either. And Bri has Hakan. No specific colors on this one. I'll do... I think it's just... I'm just going to do Alt 1 with just a regular color. Both of them were. Alright. Yeah, so we have only in the next rounds we're going to have those. Okay, great. Oh yeah, this is with the like the vest with the hoodie. Yeah, this one's actually a really good color for him too. I like that. And that's just the short sleeve. It's okay. That's an alright one. Alright, that's another one of the things. Nice, of course, that slide up throw is incredibly strong. It's been very like a big highlight for Hakan's play in all these CPU brackets. But of course, you really want to try to put Yun into the corner. Any options that he can have is so much more in the mid-screen. And we already have the double ultra, and we could extend, but the CPU doesn't really do much about that. You can still rush punch, but yeah, no punish. And actually out, what was that interaction? He did the EX oil, and then he ducked underneath the shoulder press, going straight into the ultra. And that just somehow worked. Nice dive kick, though. Really good option coming in from Bri, though. And now EX oil, once again, uses the, wow! Off the rush punch, Static Gorilla actually takes and steals one! He was at literally every three, like those three interactions. Any one of those, if he like maybe did the rolling command grab, he would have gotten right through that. But yeah, Static Gorilla, another player that's now gotten another round, and it's only gotten this late into the player one side. But still, at least looking decently good here, taking the first round up against Bri's Hakan. Rush punches. Yeah, I don't know what the CPU is trying to do to try to confirm off of that into the Ultra. I straight up don't even know if that even works. Maybe in the corner, maybe, but alright, that was extremely weird. Nice, fierce, and the target combo. Oh, he's gonna go right into the Ultra. Static almost sealed the deal to take the first game, but Bri is gonna steal that one right back, going into the Ultra, and that's gonna tie it up on the rounds. This is getting a little bit more competitive than I thought. Both of them, like, really just stealing the rounds off of, like, the next, literally the next special move or the next normal, I feel, would have taken it. This is another really good starting round with Cheeky's Bison and T-Hawk. And then, of course, this one. Another really high damaging and also, like, very high with special moves coming in from Yun. But the grapplers, once again, still looking incredibly strong. And actually punishes off of the full screen with the oil, with the Ultra 2. This is definitely not an Ultra you see every day from Yun. But we're also going to just go straight into the Ultra to go in response. And this is going to put Bri into life lead. I feel like maybe two more guesses and that's going to do it for both characters now. Alright, reversal SPD. And yeah, definitely the next hit will do it. Tries to command throw out of it and tries to get past with the iframes off of the EX palm, but the slide was too active, wasn't quite able to get past that. And Bri is going to be taking the first round off of the EX slide answer. And these are just so, this is the closest, probably next to the match with Shiki earlier with Bison that we got all night. I mean, obviously just based off of the round score we have, but off the win score, this is just still looking really rough for player one. Static can definitely do it though. Yun is another character that can just be so explosive. But Hakan just doesn't really, he likes to slow things down. Just command throw resets every time. Yeah, every single option will lead into one of those throws. And yeah, this is absolutely Bri's round. kind of getting stuffed at every corner. Static kind of like spent all of his gas here. But this is double ultra off of full double ultra. Not quite going to be that much damage. But now we're at least half. But any option will kill on Yun. And there's the slide once again. Bry, one more round away to advance. All right, Hakan on a bar, and now we'll take the second bar here. Putting Yun into the corner. Yeah, that's the only option that Yun can do is just the EX double kicks there. Okay, command throws, but that's all he did was just put Hakan to the corner. All right, more lockdowns, but one of those wake-up options. And he also has super on top of that. That super also goes very, very far. Oh no. Ultra 2 hits once, but doesn't go into the cinematic since Hakan was actually airborne. Aye, and this is chip territory. Just gonna go straight, tries to lunge punch. And Bry taking another game. All the two-player sides. This entire first matches of the whole bracket has just been all player 2 side. Static almost tried to take that first game just to try to sweep it underneath Bry's feet. Wasn't quite able to get footing into the second rounds there. But thanks again for stopping in, Static. Much appreciated. Saw you lurking. That's going to do it for your tournament run. Of course, just based off of player position, not quite character position. So good stuff to Bry. Moving it forward, he will be facing Scam likely a little bit later. But now we're going to be going into, here's the second round. We have this second round, then we have the quarterfinals, and then after that, when we get into the semifinals for the top 4, we'll be going into 3 out of 5 rounds for them. And coming up here after that, it will be Eula and Ventus. So Ventus, we're another new player going into the CPU tournament. He's actually picking Guile. And Guile is a character that I picked in one of the brackets beforehand. And to my surprise, actually did pretty well. But going up against Eula, so that's a Abel matchup. And if you like follow Street Fighter 4, whoops, that was an accident. If you follow Street Fighter 4 and you actually like play through like each other's main stories, they are indeed rivals. So to have this kind of early on is pretty cool. Eula does have oh no, I'm sorry, not Eula. Ventus has a different alt and color for Guile, though. Let's see. Guile has alt 4, color 16. I don't think that's the general costume, but that is the best one, if it is. And Eula had Abel. Yeah, so he'll stick with this color. This one was fine. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think that these two players or these two characters have faced each other into the brackets, but you kind of look at it on paper. If you can get Vortex by Abel, obviously it could just kind of keep going. Oh, this is the gas mask one. Okay, this one's not too bad. But Guile's keep away game, of course, with Sonic Booms and the wake up options on the flash kicks is very good. I just think it's gonna really be determined about like normal range. Yeah, Standing Fierce is also a very good normal to go up against that, and that the roundhouses too from Guile can really keep out Abel on the mid screen here. Look at that win streak going in for player 2 side. 8 wins in a row, dude. It's just look at it. Let's see if Eula can actually keep this up. All right, Sonic Hurricane, but the chip damage not quite that much. He was able to get the hit. It would have been pretty good damage, but not quite. Okay, the Vortex actually started going in for Eula, taking another round for the player 2 side. Yeah, I've seen the CPU do this before. Like, just getting the actual Vortex going, especially when you have those rolls and the EX rolls. You just get into another one of those command throws, get stuck into the Vortex the entire time. And yeah, this is just exactly how Abel should be played. Rolls himself to the corner, but now back throws. Now back to the mid-screen. Yeah, red focuses, yeah. SPDs will absolutely get past those. Reversal option going into another command throw. And this is looking pretty rough. Ventus is going to have to really get things moving if he wants to stay alive. Back kicks, and now actually does get the trade in his favor. Puts on the shades for style, and if he wins, this is going to be incredible. Almost wins, just needs another hit, and the shades, after getting the Sonic Hurricane, looked... Oh, dude, that has to absolutely be clipped later. That was just so looking incredible for Yulaw, but not quite able to win. First player again side now finally has another round. That was incredibly clutch coming in from Ventus there. And the shades to also just do it for style. Sonic Hurricane, yeah, okay, finally gets the hit though. Ooh, actually tries to get the crouching Fierce. Fierces though, back and forth. Wow! The jump in with the... Wow, Ultra 1 to go up against on the jumping enable. That was the right answer, and Ventus looked incredible off of feeling themselves, off of putting on the shades. Holy moly, he was absolutely dead. In like one more interaction, he would have died, and he had like 6 or 7 correct interactions that even after putting on the shades, oh my god, dude, that was incredible. What a comeback factor coming in from Ventus. That was incredible. First game going into Gecko. Crouching Fierce, nice, good starting option. Flash kick on the jump in. Shades for the style. Because we already are feeling ourselves, especially that. Put you up against champion. I'm sorry, Static. I had to put it up to where it was at least decent for the characters to go up against each other. But it didn't quite work out. Sorry about that. Only looked pretty promising in that first round, but not quite. But once again, we have Abel now still looking pretty decent here, but dashes up and Sonic Hurricane. And no, actually the SPD goes through the startup frames of it. And just like that, there we go. That's exactly what we want to see from Yulaw. The rules, again, going into the SPDs is exactly how we really want to see the CPU interact.
What will happen now?
They absolutely could have been up, incredibly high up on the rounds here, but really let that one go in the first game. Alright, focuses, tries to standing fierce, standing again, all the walk-ups into the focuses is a little awkward. Okay, not quite able to get the Ultra 1 this time. The roll has a lot of good iframes to get past that. Okay, and yeah, here we go. That's gonna be taking the second game for Yulaw. Just like that. And again, Ultra 2 being the equalizer to get past that. This really, honestly, if there was just one more Fierce or one more like sweep or something from the first round, Yulaw would have already been advanced, but unfortunately not quite. Ventus kind of kept that in, and now we have an even set. Nice heel kick off the round start. All right, do we get another? Yes. This is now exactly how the CPU is playing it. Every Sonic Boom is now just completely whiffing because of the roll, putting him into the opposite side, and again, shades for style. All right, that's actually going to trade, I believe. No, actually. Just got the full Sonic Hurricane, but we do get the Soulless into the Ultra 1. Again, double Ultra is not going to do that much damage, but is now in an incredible life lead. With 3 bars on top of that, Red focuses into the sweep. And Crouching Fierce is going to take the first round. Yulaw will only need one more round to advance. These rounds, consecutive back-to-back, have been looking extremely competitive for Yulaw here. Yeah, more, less fireballs or Sonic Booms and more standing Fierces. Unfortunately, misses with the Sonic, okay, Sonic Hurricane, though. I wasn't sure if they were actually going to be able to hit a blocker or anything, but... Sonic Booms. Alright, good throw. I feel like Ventus really needed that. Now we're at the life lead. Throws him back into the corner. Focuses, but not quite able to get through it. Did he actually press? Sonic Hurricane. Gonna take the round here. Off of, again, one more interaction would have put Yulaw into the next part of the bracket. Now we have a last set. We haven't had many last sets tonight, almost at all. But they have at least been pretty competitive when we have seen them. Sonic Booms try to keep in the neutral, but again, the roll-ups really putting down a lot of the fireballs here coming in from Guile. Step kick, but no pressing into the step kick. Again, constantly trying to focus with the chop. Not getting anything. Wake up option on the Sonic Hurricane, but the heel kick goes right over it. Yulaw is going to use the SPD and will take it over Ventus. That Sonic Hurricane was just the whiff that was extremely unfortunate for him. Whiff right past it, and Yulaw taking complete advantage is going to move on. Abel finally taking the stocks that he needs. Player 2 side, again, looking incredibly well going into the bracket. Now going to be putting himself into the first part of the quarterfinals. Good stuff to show up on your first tournament, though, on this one, Ventus, but Abel, unfortunately, shutting that down. Hopefully, we'll see you into the next bracket. Once again, if you are, since I did see you sub, if you are subbed when we have the next tournament available, you are able to at least change your edition if you need to. But either way, I appreciate the sub from earlier, and thanks for putting yourself into the bracket. Yulaw, though, is going to be sitting nice and comfortable into the first part of the quarterfinals. All right, so I can now take this out of my notes here. I don't need this. Hold on one moment. And yeah, okay. Next up, we have I'm Too Crispy going up against Remora. Crispy also does run his own, as he calls them, fantasy league for random all tournaments. And that included ones where I've won. Street Fighter Cross Tekken was the very first one that he did from my knowledge. He's also done Smash Ultimate. He's done Rivals of Ether. He's done Killer Instinct. And I believe that he's in talks of doing maybe a Tekken Tag one in the future. He's talked about a lot of these things. So hopefully we could get to see even more coming in from these brackets too. If you want to go check out his channel, it's I'm 2 Crispy. Check him out on YouTube and on Twitch. He does these brackets like I said before. And that's just one of the Long Island homies that constantly puts in so much hard work and effort. So good stuff to him for honestly keeping things up for his own things. But we'll see how well he fares. He normally picks Makoto, so he's very true, just like how I feel Lib and Ontarioso are very character loyalists. He's very much into picking Makoto pretty much every single time that he's in one of these brackets. And Ken, I forgot which color it was. Oh, great, it's saved. Awesome. Just based off of normals and positionings and stuff, Makoto is very one to get things started into a vortex, but I feel like the CPU is very focused on getting the crumple into nothing. So if we see more of that, I really do think that Ken just has the immense advantage. She does have a lot of good options in general, and her ultras are also very good too. So I feel like it's really going to come down to how well they're going to be establishing neutral. And obviously uppercuts from Ken are very devastating, but we'll see how well it kind of goes. See, we get the crumple, and actually was able to get a follow-up, but not quite able to get a full link there. And that's one of the worst things about the CPU. It doesn't really know how to really finish it up. Alright, again, the step kicks are incredibly well for establishing the space between Ken, but actually gets the crumple, and now the rush punch. EX fire uppercut. Alright, first round, yeah, P2. That, again, dude, as quickly as you can even blink, Ken can just kind of bring it so, far back. It's incredible how fast this character can just bring it in. Oh yeah, she is just running into everything now. I don't think that this character really knows the greatest punishes, but we do at least get an Ultra 1. Full cinematic, but again, double Ultra is not the greatest damage, so this is one of the drawbacks that you get from it. And oh man, tries to punish off of falling down with that uppercut. Ooh, actually tries to go for the chip there, but way too far out with the chip. And again, I think that was 73 seconds again, and Ken taking another game. Makoto would be good, I feel like, against lower tier stuff, but uppercuts coming in from Shoto's is, I feel like, another weakness of hers. And the damn bird is staring in my eyes. Please, next game. Yeah, more rush punches. I want to see more of those. Stab kicks again. Uppercuts. Every single option is just being duffed out. I feel like, yeah, again, you could just block that ultra and just light DP, light DP, light DP. I can only imagine what special move is, yeah. This is the Brazilian Ken that we've all come to well and know from Xbox Live. And it's just working, so Bald Eagle Ken is going to take another on the P2 side. And now one more round, he's going to advance, putting himself into the first part of quarterfinals. Yeah, I feel like we would need to see more of Makoto's normals here. And actually does get the full Ultra, but not quite the cinematic since they were airborne. And there we go. We have a full cinematic, though, from Ultra 2. Jump in, fire uppercut. Yeah, stomping it. Okay, finally get to use some of the other specials we get to see. More EX of that. She builds another bar. But Tatsu, wow. I did not think that last bit of the Tatsu was actually going to kill. I thought maybe she had one more opportunity. And that is shut down immediately, it feels, as soon as the round had start. Sitting into the quarterfinals on the top side is Remora, taking it 2-0 over I'm Too Crispy. Once again, gotta give Crispy his flowers. Dude has put in an incredible amount of work, not just in his own scene for just getting the CPU brackets up and running. He also streams himself playing Tekken and some other fighting games for sure. But he's also a head TO for one of the Long Island monthlies, which was just yesterday, and unfortunately I wasn't able to quite attend that. But he is putting in a lot of work within the scenes of the fighting games. So good stuff to Crispy, always putting in and showing up work for his own stuff and to show support on everyone else's things. But Makoto is not going to do it up against the violent Ken. So that will do it. Remora sitting comfortably into the quarters. And next up, we have Chamber going up against Ontarioso. And yeah, I do not think that this is going to be a very good P2 side matchup, but I have seen some other stuff kind of happen before, but this is, if you thought you were done with seeing Shotos before, wait until you see that Cryptic Chamber comes back up with, of course, always picking his main man. This dude will never stop picking Akuma, I feel like, as another character loyalist. But, what color did he pick this time? So that's Alt 6, color 22. Okay. And Ontarioso had nothing. I just kind of picked it. Yeah, that's right. Dirty. So yeah, I do not think that as low health as Akuma is. Oh, he hasn't actually picked this ult before. Okay, well, hey, actually, look, this one is a really nice color. I like the like that molten lava around it. I don't think I've seen that one before. But yeah, as low health as Akuma really is, I do not think that this character can like really just get mauled on that Chun really needs. He has like just so many good options here. Yeah, standing roundhouse just kind of stops a lot of like the standing pressure that you can get. He has a better fireball game. Exactly. He has good jumping options. Wow, actually uses the Demon Armageddon to try to catch the up back, but Chun was a little bit too high. I feel like it's the floating jump that actually helped her out there. And SPK steals the deal there off of the jump in. Very classic match we've seen plenty of times in you know, a lot of top 8s. We've seen a lot of good Chun-Li players going up against, of course, like guys like Tokido. But when it comes to the CPU, though, we don't really get to see like these high-level brain plays coming in from actual humans. We get to see a lot of teleports. We get to see a lot of red focuses and a lot of EX Thunderlegs. So, and the demon. Okay, that's the first demon of the night, though. That'll pretty much like bring about even on life, just about. But we did build the full ultra, or at least double ultra, rather. I don't think it's going to be really useful, but the low health coming in from Akuma might actually be pretty devastating. Oh my god. And just jumps in with the EXSPK. And the jump in on the jump roundhouse. Ontarioso, player 2 side. I thought this was going to be incredibly bad for Chun-Li, but she got 2 straight going up against Akuma. I did it. She said, I did it. I do not think that this character is that good, but especially in the CPU side, but it's definitely putting down on the Akuma today. Okay, more standing. Okay, finally a full-on length combo after the standing roundhouse. Yeah, definitely want to see more actual neutral. Jumps in, but then immediately teleports out. Nice DP. Tries a roundhouse once again, but good option on the Kikosho. Wall jumps, and that's demon number 2. Not quite. Jumping roundhouse actually stopped the activation, but he does have super. It's not gonna do it. Wake up on the EX Thunder Legs, and one more round, and Ontarioso is gonna be moving forward. Yataze. All right, we need 3 rounds. We need some rounds coming in from Akuma. I know you need 2 rounds to win, but we had. Oh wow, okay, nice. So there's the second demon, and he's actually gonna build a decent amount of. Oh well, there it is. Unless we actually get stopped, dude. That got stopped again. Oh, so unfortunate. Chun-Li, the equalizer on the Akuma side of the bracket, and he's gonna get punished, isn't he? No, the teleport. Okay, we're in this. Counter hit though. Oh no, and Chamber whiffs on the EX uppercut. And player 2 side, that's no rounds again. Dude, what is happening? P2, do I need to reset the game? Because P2 is absolutely crushing it this entire tournament. What is happening? That is just incredible of how much oh man, what else is there to say? 4 rounds straight. Ontarioso with the Chun-Li pick, which again, in my opinion, is not doing so well overall on CPU brackets, but has won 2 straight. So we'll see how well they'll be going up against the next matchup on Inception and Shikimori. Let me get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. But I do need it for Inception. So Inception is actually going to be coming up again. He was, I think, in the last tournament, Inception, yeah, I think it was the Random All tournament. He got 2nd place going up against Dangerbox. He was so close to being a champion, but not quite able to pull it out off of the random picks there. So Inception is going to be sticking with the Seth here. And Shikimori is going to be up against Inception. Let's get that going. So both of these guys have different color sets. So let me pull up my notes here. Okay. So Inception has Seth as Alt 2 color 10. Oh, perfect. There you go. And we had Bison up here earlier. So one of these guys I have to like remove on my notes. So this is Alt 3 color 7. And honestly, dude, the fucking purple on Alt 3 is definitely the right color. This shit is bomb. I did reset the score, right? Yes, I did. Okay, great. So I don't really have much to say on this matchup. Seth has incredibly not great damage, but he also has incredibly not great health on top of that. Bison can kill him by breathing on him 3 times, so that's not really a great setup. And the only thing I think that he can have, like as far as Seth goes, is wake up options, I guess. I don't think that we can really use like his meter that well against Bison and really like kind of bridge the gap. He does have at least decent normals, but yeah, you kind of need a lot more of these SPDs to just even put yourself in a higher situation up against Bison. Okay, nice DP. Alright, tries to get out of that with the uppercut, I think, but activation frame's not quite involved enough. Okay. XTX uppercut. Alright, Tundon Engine is actually a little bit too far, but he jumps into it. I was just about to say the CPU really likes to just put themselves into bad situations like that sometimes, but we see more of these devil stomps, and that's gonna be 2 hits, isn't it? 2-hit combo? Yes, it is. Yep, of course. That string. I think that was standing. I think that was like standing short, going into Oh, I'm sorry, standing short, strong into staying short. All right, uppercut once again. Good tech throw. Yes, Seth is just one of those, like, if you just don't have the right options, like going up against, like, you know, lower health characters like maybe Akuma, he does have a better chance. But someone that also is like a charge character too, good normals, yeah, it's not super great with Seth's options. Especially when you have something like Tundon Engine, when you're already blocking, yeah, that's not looking too great. Does put him full screen and gets the wall jump, but now we get another STP. Wall jumps again, and now we get to Ultra out of that. And there's the EX actually stopping Ultra 2. Okay. Inception Seth is actually blocking a good bit there, but unfortunately the full screen slide off of the counter hit. Shiki Miri, and I guess the surprise to no one, on player 2 side, actually was a player 1 side starter of this tournament, but seems to have went over to the dark side. 22 wins over 3 wins. This is just by proxy of like how imbalanced it looks. This is the most non-competitive. If you were just on player 2 side tonight, you have so much higher of a chance to win. And it's definitely computing into this matchup on top of that too. Alright, back to neutral again. Just about even on life, but one EX scissor kick is gonna put Bison back into life lead. Nice DP, actually catches off of the reversal on that. And there's the first Nightmare booster of the tournament. That killed? Seth's health is so bad. That wasn't even full double ultra either. That just straight killed him. I thought he was maybe gonna have another opportunity. Alright, Bashiki now on round and match point. This will put him further and put him even further into the quarterfinals. Devil's reverse gets out of that situation, but the jump-ins is exactly what Seth needs. We need to see more of Bison to jump in some more, get those uppercuts. But one of those situations now puts Seth back in the corner. DPs though, teleports back into the corner again. And one more interaction off of this SCP, and we're gonna actually try to keep it even on this round. 2 hits again, stomps. Devil's reverse, but the uppercut. Ooh, that looked really close for Seth. Ooh, boy. Okay. Finally taking a round. Player 1 side. Absolutely. Feel it up. Oh, man. Alright, nice DP. But by nice DP, I mean that completely missed. Alright, focuses. Trying to get through that. Counter hits, though. Gets that cinematic off of the EX rush. Okay. This is not going to do that much damage. This, even without double ultra, this doesn't do that great damage. Yeah, that was mainly like just 1 DP worth of damage for sure. Okay, again, Ultra 2 is not landing when you have someone like Seth's DPs. Devil's reverse, and now just even on life. Oh, okay. This is... Oh, Shiki is selling! Shiki is selling! Shiki, stop! He wants player 1 side to win. Why? Every single one of those devil stomps was stomped over by the uppercuts, and they were just light. They weren't even like connecting with the rest of the uppercuts. And finally, the EX to finish it off. Shiki had literally one more opportunity, and he just threw it away. Player 1 side finally having another win on the board. Shikimiri may actually feel like he's on the first player side, selling like that. Alright, but now Bison put back into the corner. Teleports himself into the corner. EX uppercut. Okay, now I feel like download is complete. Every single one of those Ultra 2s is being stopped by the activation of the DPs. Tundon Engine jumps right into it. Shiki not quite able to hold his ground this time. Finally, Devil's reverse to get out and bait up the uppercut. Tries to focus through that. And one more round and first player side might actually take another victory here. The very few and far between. When this was looking incredibly strong with full 3 rounds, just throwing it away. Cheeky can't sell anymore. We really can't afford another loss here. All right, pulls in with the engine and then gets the SDP. Focusing again. No, the focuses are not the answer. He keeps on throwing them out for whatever reason. EXDP, but doesn't get the follow-up. Okay, finally. I think that DP went to the other side, so that was good for Shiki. Finally, Seth not able to fully punish that. Okay, focuses again. This is not the right answer. Focusing, dashing into the corner. SDP is the answer. Finally able to block a DP and focuses again. One more interaction and Seth is going to take it. Scissor kicks. And the SDP, unfortunately for Shiki Miri, is going to... I feel like that's still a win for Shiki, only just because he started off as a first player side victory. So I think he kind of just threw that just for actual first player side to win. But Shiki playing one for the player side. I don't really know why, but... Inception is going to be taking that 2-1 over Shiki Miri. Once again, thanks Shiki for putting us up into the bracket. Shoutouts to you for keeping the Marvel scene alive and, of course, adding to just the Jersey scene in general to be a part of Iron Grid. Shoutouts to you and shoutouts to your scene. But for tonight, that is going to be the end of your run. Ontarioso and Inception will be playing a little bit later. All right. Now I can actually get rid of one of these. I really did not think that Seth would... In all honesty, Seth really shouldn't win that matchup. But every single one of those Devil Stomps just was reversed by that light DP so many times. That was just a little unfortunate there. But reset the score. Next up, we have Gem coming up here with another very high stocks character. With Evil Ryu going up against fellow Brandon BKN. We kind of just had this matchup already. We had BKN going up against Ryu, and now Ryu is extra pissed. So now we have Evil Ryu to try to violate, I guess. I don't really know which colors. Actually, I don't even know what the Halloween color is for Evil Ryu. So I'm going to give him that one. We'll see how that goes. And Cody is going to get... Yeah, we'll stick with that tank top situation. Yeah, obviously, Evil Ryu is a very high stocks character. He has low health, but the options that he has with the teleports, uppercuts, fireballs, and of course, the really good Ultra 2. Ultra 1's not too great, but it can still work out if you actually get something of like a punish, you know, full screen something. But it can still happen. Oh, I did see this this one. Yeah, actually, I do remember this. It's pretty cool. I like the color with it though. Pick the right one.
Are you ready?
I think the alfalfa at the top of his hair though is a little off-putting. Other than that though, still pretty cool color. All right, once again, I feel like Cody's same situations that he had up against regular Ryu is a very good option. Tries to bingo through all the fireballs, but maybe the teleports might really come into a factor. And there's the Ultra 2. And even though this is double Ultra, I feel like with how high damage that Ultra 2 is, it won't really matter. That's going to put him into a life lead. Actually, just about even on life still. Okay, that's going to be a little too far. But no, he didn't get hit by the dirt, but just teleported and then just walked right up into the Ultra 2 anyway. And there we go. Yeah, once again, EX Bingo and regular Bingos are just the absolute dominance over regular Ryu and Evil Ryu. And that's my face right now, Cody. I don't see why he should have lost that one too. Yeah, also the rock throws, even though they're a little bit active to start up, are pretty good as far as range goes. You can throw those pretty far and stop the fireball pressure. Yeah, jumping roundhouse, another great button for Cody. He has really strong normals, especially with how low health you get with a character like Evil Ryu. All right, fireball pressure is not going to really do it. Jumping in with the criminal upper. BKN is going to take the first round over well-dressed Gem.
Cody wins.
And Gem, not really that bad of a pick. It's just the matchup wall. I didn't think that Cody was going to be like that great over both characters, but you know, with the bingos and you know everything in between,
Let's get started.
just looking so strong up against this particular Shoto. All right, bingos through the second fireball. Sweep, but we get a teleport. Tries to slide in, but bingos again. It's actually closing the distance with how close or how far away the teleport is going to be put, and that's not going to work. That's too far. Yeah. See, that's exactly why it's not really super recommended for Evo Ryu to get double ultra. You get a situation like that where the CPU thinks it's going to convert with like an uppercut into a full ultra, but it's too far almost every time because they like to do the light DP and not FADC out of it. And BKN is already bored, just going into the win pose. And that's going to be, again, round point, match point. All right, throws the knife. Yeah, again, that's another one of those, like the active part of the rocks. Not going to be able to do anything there. Oh, wow, actually really good for Gem. Actually teleports into the corner to make sure that he doesn't get hit by any part of the ultra this time. Alright, yeah. Only can teleport for so long before one of those bingos actually hits. And one more should do it. Teleports. EX rocks. Teleports. Gem now staying alive, but jumps in, and the crouching fierce will be the anti-air to seal the deal over well-dressed Gem. BKN, again, not a single round. Dude, this... I'm not even going to comment on it anymore. I don't know why it continues to happen, but... it's just how it is. It's just how it is tonight. I don't get it. BKN is going to take it 2-0. No rounds given for or over well-dressed Gem. Oh, boy. All right. Well, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the tournament so far. We're getting a little bit closer as we round out the last bit of this round 2. We're getting to the quarterfinals. I feel like we're a little bit halfway through the tournament right now. Only with 24 players tonight, but still pretty decent turnaround. If you guys are interested, the Matcherino is available. So if you want to click !Matcherino, first place already can guarantee $10. But if you guys want to add in more money to the pot, it will be distributed to more of the players if you get to a certain threshold. I kind of forget what that threshold. I think it's $50 that I have. Yeah. So if we get the Matcherino to have more than $50 or $50 or more, we will be distributing first and second place. And if we get over $100, which would literally just take a miracle at this point, we could distribute it for first, second, and third place. We would be having a guaranteed third place round once we get closer into the finals. So if you guys want to contribute to this tournament, first player will just basically have more money in their pocket. How things turn out right now. But if you guys are more than welcome to add it into the pot if you like. Like I said, it's !Matcherino if you're interested. All right, next up, let's get the players going in here. We have My Game Dragon going up against Xeno. So Xeno looked obviously incredibly well in the last set. Being a grappler, you know, is incredibly high stocks for the CPU brackets. And Blanca is one of those charge characters that on paper has like a good track record when it comes to like how well it can utilize his special moves. I feel like Blanca Ball is pretty good, and Electric to get them off you and just do decent chip damage. I feel like where he lacks is recovery frames off of most of his normals, like basically like the slide. If you kind of mess up a slide and you have a character like Hugo, he will obviously whiff punish and just get right past that. So we don't want to see that coming in from My Game Dragon, but it's going to be up to the CPU to see how well they want to win or not, you know? So it's going to be a very tall order. Hugo is one of those, like, kind of guaranteed grand final type of characters in most situations. So we'll see if Blanca can actually do anything about the pressure that you get from Hugo. All right. There's just no way. Okay. Round start was Hugo doing a jump in, and the punish was from Blanca to do electric to meet him up off of him falling into it. And there was enough time for the CPU to not only land on top of electric, but to also immediately SDP. And I talk about that as if like I'm surprised. It's more like I'm just disappointed. Alright, throws him out of the corner though, and now we get Shout of Earth, yeah. We'll see if they actually... No, actually! Ooh, that is incredible damage! And, oh man. Why am I even bothering? Yep. That was a lot of damage for Ultra 2 off of being double Ultra. And again, maybe like one or two more situations, we could have sealed the deal there, but... Once again, Xeno and his Hugo racking up the immense points for a grapple character. I feel like a lot of the hops, like the hops, I feel like is incredibly unnecessary. It seems like even off of the reaction, they're still able to get like an SPD. Counter hit while the rush punch. Normals too. It's like, ah, man, like he doesn't really have that many options, man. Maybe if he tried to go for another Shout of Earth, that might have put him into chip territory, but Xeno, I'm sorry, it's just another one of those grapple type feels tonight, you know? Xeno, of course, again, winning just based off character select. It was close the first round, and it could have happened again if he was able to get another Shout of Earth. Alright. Hugo putting himself to the corner, but every focus attack is now, yeah, okay. Doesn't actually get the full cinematic, but uses the ground one, or the ground variation. Alright. Yeah, and it's, unless you get a lot more of those jabs, you know, I feel like we really try to keep Hugo at bay. We do get the crumple. Okay, nice wake-up throw. We only have, like, basically one option here. We have to, like, kind of keep Hugo pressured. And every time we get, like, just about, like, maybe 15%, 20% life, we just fumble the bag. That's another one of those situations. It just happens, you know? Match point going in for Xeno. Again, not going to get around for player one side. Alright, we get the wall-to-wall with the first time we get to see that wall-to-wall actually hit tonight. Alright, gets the crumble, but hops. Not really quite getting anything off of the hop, though. Alright, once again, another one of the wall-to-wall. We also have super and double ultra. It's not like it's gonna matter. That damage off of the wall-to-wall command throw. Hugo is gonna take it 2-0 right over on Blanca. Yeah, it's, well. Oh, who saw that coming? Jesus. A really, really close first round. And, of course, just kind of doesn't get anything after that. A lot of short hops, not really quite favoring to get out of situations like that. Just incorrect decisions now leading up to the loss. Yeah, a little unfortunate there. But thanks again for My Game Dragon for participating. Blanca not quite able to make it again. But moving on forward to face Cody. And this is another one of those runbacks that we've seen where Hugo does get stomped on by Cody. But I may eat my words a little bit later since Xeno is on player 2 side later. I don't know. We might see that player 2 magic. Next up, though, we got Charlemagne. And he was also very close to winning a bracket, and that was against Remora on the non-grappler CPU bracket. Going up against My Life and a Wife. And this is a pretty even matchup. Shoto up against Poison is pretty fair. The only ones that I feel like would probably be a better matchup against Poison would be like someone that has just better DPs that is more damaging, like maybe Ken or Evil Ryu. Even though his uppercuts are fine, it's just you have to take more of them, and his fireball game is also not that great comparative to other Shotos. So we'll see how the neutral will really be. I feel like that's what's going to be really big part of this matchup. I need this stuff back up because I keep forgetting. There you go. Charlemagne does not have a specific color, but I'm gonna give one to him anyway. I'm gonna do... Let's just do, like, yeah, one of these other colors here. And... yeah, oh, let's do... what color? I'll give her this, like, little magenta-ish color, like peach color. Yeah, I feel like, once again, this is going to be more catered to the neutral. Ultras, though, I feel like it's kind of even. Poison's Ultras is good, like, for the Fireball War, too. But the command grab that she can get in the front is also very strong. And I feel like Ultra 2 is going to be the really beneficial factor for Oni. But we'll see. Alright, nice jump in. Already good damage. And again, another Fierce DP. That's 2 Fierce DPs in a row. And that's the first stun of the night. Alright, that's Wake Up Ultra. But yeah, that's basically Rapid Slash. If you're not, if you don't know, you have to kind of block the other way if you're there close enough. That Ultra 2 is not going to quite hit. Wow, the impressiveness coming in from Oni already shutting it down. Didn't think that Fierce DP was going to be not blocked. Alright, Fierce DP once again dashing in. Good block on the cross, though. Every single time, on every waking up situation, the Fierce DP is hitting all 3, and that is really putting a damper on Poison's life. And just like that, another Fierce DP. I don't think that's going to punish. Yeah. Oh, man. That the 3 hits actually stops the full Ultra. And we just dash right into the Ultra 1. So Charlemagne is going to take the first game going up against Kia Queen. That was, man, I guess we needed Oni on the first player side to try to equal this 6-26 commanding lead on the P2 side. Not that quite of a punish. Yeah, that's just standing short. Man, honestly, like, this feels like, yeah, I thought that points was going to be a little more even, but... oh, that actually might cross. Yeah, no, we actually get the Ultra finally. And that's Ultra 2, though, but still was able to get to good damage. I think she's in the middle of the dash. Yeah, and then we actually get the full cinematic. This probably will kill here. Yeah, that very specific cinematic that you get from Oni. All right. The first time that we might see a 4 straight on rounds on the first player side. My wife's not very happy with that. She just flipped off the camera. Alright, we want to see more of those uppercuts. Oh, unfortunately crumple, but not quite able to get anything off of it. Counter hit, though. Yeah, again, every single one of those just being blocked and then going straight into the Fierce DP. There's the first Rekka, though. Good block on the cross-up, and the Fierce DP going into that again. Chip territory, and just like that, quickly you blinked and you missed it. Oni is going to take it very convincingly over Poison. 2 straight games, 4 straight rounds. Finally, the first player side is seeing a little bit of life being bled into them. And Charlemagne going to sit nice and comfortable into the quarterfinals. I love you, honey, but that's just how it goes. All right. So next up we have Scam Likely and Bry NY coming up next. Scam has now picked Adon, which is another one of those characters that is not like low tier or anything, but is very good in this CPU bracket because of his wake up options. But I do not think it's going to be that great going up against Hakan. It's just going to be a little tough. I need this back up. Okay, I reset everything. Great. This is the last. This is going to be the last set going into the round 2 of pools. We're going to go straight into the quarterfinals from there. And Seth has Adon. What color do I want for Adon? There was one with like the mask though that I got, but I'm gonna skip on that. We'll just do this one. I don't remember. We did enough purple. Let's get more, yeah, let's get a blue in here. And we have Hakan. Yeah, we kept it on just one, color one. We'll see if, okay, that was a very commanding first side player, finally. We get, you know, a little bit more even, I guess. So we're trying to bridge that gap from 6 wins to 26 wins. Gonna try to keep that in. That is a gecko, and that looks, oh no, that's not a gecko, it's a chameleon. Jesus, and the eyes actually move? Oh no. I picked the wrong one. Oh, that is such a, dude, with the blue, it actually is a good color, but it's just not great to look at still. Alright, Anon unfortunately just about half health, close to getting the double ultra. Gets the Rising Dragon twice though. Alright, Rising Dragon again, now even on life. Both of them now have double ultra. The Khan looking, ooh, looking pretty bad here. Although one ultra will absolutely seal the deal. Slides out! Oh my goodness, the slide! The slide off from the DMs, but again, the Jaguar Tooth was the great equalizer in this matchup. Anon looks super good just off of the Jaguar Tooth alone. Not really that many command grabs coming in from Hakan here. Oh man, yeah. Jaguar Tooth is just gonna get blown up every single time, yeah. Especially if you're able to block that, you get that you get the command throws. But really we're not getting that. More like we're just getting hit as Hakan trying to oil up every time. Alright, do we actually take the time to oil? Yes, we do, from full screen. But of course the Jaguar Tooth, again, is just putting more chip damage on Bry. Okay, that's actually gonna punish, yeah. And wait a minute, do we have like a full kill here? It's not that much damage, but we are in the next type of situation. Close to chipping out here. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I don't know, this could be really close. Double ultra, you gotta keep that in mind. Okay, no, he didn't actually have that much damage in there. I guess he missed the first ultra and I just didn't see it. Scam is gonna take one over Bry on here, the first round. Or the first game, rather. Again, first player is finally waking up here. We like to see it. We like to try to keep things a little bit more even. We'll see if that momentum on the first player side is gonna carry forward into the second game, though. Jaguar Tooth once again, nice rising uppercut. And now Anon with the life lead. As quickly as it happened, Bry is now kind of getting blown up by Anon here. Finally was able to get a command throw off of the jump in. Alright, again, another command throw. And finally, almost able to get the win here. Focus is out. Oh, that's going to punish on the ultra, and Scam is going to take it. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, my... Dude, I am underestimating the damage off of here. But either way, the Jaguar Tooth, once again, selling is Bry. He had... you could breathe on him wrong and he loses. Jeez, I really don't want to look at that Gex color no more, dog. I'm going to have to change it. I don't know. Alright, Bry is constantly oiling up. And this is one of those, like... I feel like this is going to be an upset. Hakan usually does incredibly well in these CPU brackets, but is losing to Anon. And Anon, again, showing that he is very high when you get to pick him with these Jaguar Tooths and the Jaguar Uppercuts. Alright, Ultra now about puts him over to life lead, especially off these counter hits. Alright, slides in once again, gets the counter hit. Bry absolutely needs this. Red focuses, slides into it. Good. Oh my god, an amazing tech. And the jump in with the slap. Bry is staying alive, taking a round. Needs to take this one in order to just to tie it up. Man, Hakan is absolutely getting sold right now. And you blink and you missed it. 90 seconds in. And we already have the ultra. We kind of need to we need to ride this momentum It's not like you're going to have that much of a life deficit here, but do have 2 bars. We're going to spend one of them, of course, to... Oh my god. Bry is selling. He's just putting it all on him. He's getting rizzed up right now. He's got that oil. But it's not doing anything. He spent 2 bars. Okay, we put 8 on in the corner. We're going to get an uppercut for sure. Okay, Bry, one more. And we're in chip territory. Bry is going to sell. We sold! We sold! Bry sells! Look at how much health he has. Bry just needed to breathe on him and he smacked him. Oh my god, Bry sold. Oh my goodness. Scam likely with the 8 on pick. Going over. That is absolutely an upset. We did at least take a round. We did at least take a round. So we're not quite able to like be fully dominated over. But unfortunately, Hakan doesn't. This is one of the first times where Hakan really doesn't like go past into like the quarterfinals. So unfortunate for Bry. Was going to have to sit this one out. And Scam going to take it over. Scam scamming out here. We appreciate that. Good stuff to you, sir. 2-0 victory. And yeah, Hakan goes to show, yeah, this character is quite bananas. So maybe we'll see a little bit more of him into future CPU brackets. I'm telling you, guys like Cody and Hakan don't really get picked that often, but they're very strong. And you actually see it in these tournaments tonight. All right. Oh, man, that was a that was something. Good shot. All right, so up next, we have Eula coming in, going up against Remora. Eula looking pretty good against with the Able picks. Character that is kind of known for selling, but has picked it up pretty recently today. So we'll see if he can actually ride the momentum. Remora's, though, on Ken is a very high, strong character. Of course, DPs for days, seeming like to be exactly what you kind of look for in this bracket, but now we're into the winners quarterfinals here. I think we could just call it. We could just call it quarterfinals. Just leave it like that. That's fine. What was the? Okay, so it's just Seth and Ken left. Okay, great. All right, so Eula going with Able pick. I think it was number 1. Yeah, number 1 with this one. And Ken should be saved. All right, honestly, Able is one of those, like, it's just, I can't really put my money on him. He absolutely can sell, but he's going to have to get into a Vortex. He has been locked in to get the Vortex in all of his matches, at least. And honestly, like, with Ultra 2 being, like, another part of his game plan, it's actually been working tonight. So we'll see. We really haven't seen Ultra 1 that much. All right, well, we're just going to walk right into an uppercut. Amazing. Ooh, okay. We got the heel kicks, though. Nice tech throw. Jesus. Okay, wow. the fierce is coming in from Ken. A little bit less step kicks, and good reversal going into the SBD. He actually hit a button in the middle of that string there. That's about even a life, but now we're out of the Ultra. And Super Bar, we didn't spend any EX this whole turn. Oh my god. No! He actually got tattooed out of the Super! So we use Super, but it doesn't matter, we win the round anyway. That could have been really bad for Eula there. Spending an entire Super Bar and then just getting it completely whiffed like that. That really could have been bad, but kept his composure, kept it in. Still in the life lead, though, is Ken. Rolls out, puts him into the corner. And now puts Ken to the corner there. Alright, lots of rolls. And getting out of the D. Honestly, the rolls is really what's saving him. The DPs are getting stuffed because of it. Alright, do we actually get a good follow-up? No, we just get into the crouching short. Wow, and actually, what was that? Standing forward? I'm not sure what that button was. Oh, yo. Breathless again is the equalizer for... Dude, every single time that it sold him in any other CPU bracket, it's been helping him out so well tonight. How is that working today? That was so bad in every other CPU bracket, but it's been working extremely well for Abel tonight. I don't know how, but it's just kind of working. And again, first player now getting some more wins. We're finally getting to see a little bit more of an even slate. But can they win enough to even make it close to 26 wins? I doubt it at this point. Okay. Mash DP is definitely the right call. Finally was able to wake up fire DPs, regular DPs. And here comes the full Ultra 1. And now it probably is full double Ultra, but it's still not going to be quite as devastating, of course, as it is with regular Ultra. We still need a couple more guesses, maybe 2 more Vortexes. Yeah, here's one. And I bet he's pressed a button. Yup. He tried to go for another one of the Vortex into the SDP, and we wake up Ultra 2, and Remora takes the first round. At least in the second game. Tries the heel kick, but the fireball a little bit too slow to get past that. Red focuses through it. Not really a great use of meter. Remora in a very commanding life lead within 90 seconds of the round. And light DP actually goes past, takes too long to recover, and pulls right through. Remora is going to look like he's going to take this round for sure. Yep, there it is. Remora very quickly evens it up here, 1-1. Yeah, it looked exactly like how Ken should do it. Way more fire DPs in there. Gets past some of the Vortex. Didn't really get that many rolls this time from Abel, so was able to kind of stop that out. And winner of this will move on into the semifinals, which again will start the 3 out of 5 situations there. All right, first command grab. Didn't quite get that much from the EXDP. And unfortunately, that Ultra was way too far or way too close for that jump in to punish. I feel like this is Ken's round. Yeah, kind of have to spend that meter, try to get things going. Step kick, and now a regular standing forward. Remora has one more round to go up into the finals. That's good. Yeah, this is Remora definitely off of that first round. Looked pretty looked like he was getting blown up there. In the second game and now the first round of this game looks extremely promising. Okay, yeah, a lot of those rolls are going to get past those DPs, and the punishes are now looking extremely good for Yulaw here. The roll is going to get past on the Ultra, and again, the anti-air command throws looking extremely good, using one of the bars here. Alright, has to go fire DPs. We need more of these, yeah, if Wormo wants to stay alive. Tries to punish off the EX. Oh, he's going to steal one, isn't he? Remora, okay, how many times has it been tonight where the character had a breath or two on their life and they just completely get every single position to steal it? That was so into Yulaw's hands, and we just let it go. He looked so in control and then just spiraled out of control from there. I don't know how that worked, but Remora is going to take 2-1 over Yulaw in that situation. And when Abel was looking not too good in these tournaments, off of using Breathless into bad spots, this was just one of those times where he absolutely could have won, and he was on fire in those Vortex spots, but just couldn't seal the deal. Ken, again, just so oppressive. Moving it on forward, Remora is going to sit nice into the first part of the semifinals. And unfortunately, Yulaw, that's going to do it for you. Thank you again for participating, but that's going to do it for you. And yeah, I don't know how Abel did so well today. Usually he doesn't do too great. He usually sells a lot, but this was the first time that I think that we've seen Abel actually play exactly like I thought he should be played. And it took him pretty decently far. Could have made it further, but that is what that is. Next up, we have Ontarioso coming up next. And we have Inception. Once again, that's the Chun and the Seth. Again, I don't see this matchup that often. I guess if I really had to put something on it, I think that Seth is probably the better option here. Yeah, honestly, not like really thinking about it, I think that Seth is like the better matchup. Oh, he had, what was the color? Alt 2 color 10. Okay. I think that it's just not really so much of the damage things. It's just more like, I think Seth can keep Chun out without her really getting to it. Especially like how floaty her jumps are. She's only quick like on the ground when she dashes in. But I don't think that she's really going to get in too well. Especially when you have like the teleports from Seth. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Huh? Oh, I didn't pick the Ontarioso color. Whoops. Oh well, it's okay. Still a good particular color for Chun. Alright, Hazanshu going straight in, and now, again, the damage is really going to be there for Chun-Li. But yeah, DPs are going to be really the great equalizer. More fireballs. Anti-air DPs, yeah. And just like that, putting Chun-Li into the corner. She does not want to be here. And now goes back to the full screen. Seth looking super good here. And now she's in chip territory. Oh my goodness. Dude, Inception in the past CPU brackets have been looking extremely promising. Where you got second place in one, and now with the Seth pick here, looking really good, honestly. Alright, we got the lightning legs though. Good good sweep. Somehow was able to get one of the focus in from the lightning legs. Alright, lightning legs again. I feel okay. Lightning legs seems to be pretty good against Seth, but you gotta have to put him into the corner to really make that stuff work. Okay, I hear her trying to go for the EX here, and that doesn't give her anything when going into the Tundon engine. That looked pretty awkward, but okay. Alright. Full screen again, just dashes right up into the legs again. And he actually might get pressed into, yeah, Kakosho is actually going to kill here. Again, double ultra is not that high of damage, but when you have a low health character like Seth, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that looked really good. Good keeping in composure from Ontarioso, taking it in that second round. Alright, nice DPs. DPs again. DPs again. Alright, take a shot if you are of age of every time that we get DPs tonight. It's been incredible. We probably had 80 now so far. Alright, focus is that lunge, the rush punch, or the shoulder rather, is really good. And DPs again. Alright, okay, so Seth, off of the uppercut, is gonna take that first game. Or I'm sorry, still Seth, yes, but Inception. It's weird how it's like I'm saying Seth, and I know it's not Seth the player because he picked a different person, but I say Seth and it's just I'm thinking of Seth at the same time. So all right, either way, Inception taking the first round. All right, gonna go straight into the command throw. Yeah, we don't really see that many fierces. Yeah, we don't really see that often. I want to see more of it, though. Alright, nice. Alright, that's going to put her full screen, and now put her to the corner. Lightning legs, yeah. Does push him out. Did she actually jump into it this time? No, okay, so it was Kikoken. Alright, well, not that great of an answer, but alright, we just don't take the damage. That's fine. Nice EXSPK. Oh, that's Crumple. Okay, doesn't take both of the Sonic Booms, though. But the shoulder press focus attack somehow was able to reach it from that high. Inception might be taking this over Chun-Li, and I wasn't really sure like how it could have been. We don't see it that often. I mean, my prediction was right. But again, player 2 side, the incredible highness of stocks of wins. We have, I think it's 29 versus 10 wins on player 2 side. So it's absolutely incredible like how much we're winning off of this. But DP once again. And links into the Ultra, and good damage. Honestly, we really kind of need this. We're just gonna wake up Ultra in response. Did we actually jump in this time? We dashed into it, and the Vortex pulling him in put more damage in there. Oh no, that really was the worst part about it. One more uppercut, and that's gonna do it. Inception gonna take it 4 rounds straight. Again, player one side is selling so bad. And now we have 30/10 on wins on tonight. Oh my god. That is just incredible. Interesting. What? Yes. It's the 2 no's that I'm kind of surprised, but well, okay. Inception now gonna go forward into the bracket, so he's gonna be facing Remora a little bit later. And since he's on P2 side, it's looking really promising that he's gonna take it. But you know, obviously, first players have had a couple upsets here, but he'll be facing him later, and that's gonna be the first start of semifinals. Next up, let me get. Oh wow, we actually still. Okay, I can get rid of one of those later. Never mind. All right, so next up we have, oh boy, this is the run back I've been waiting for. This is the run back I've been waiting for. BKN going up against Xeno. So that's Cody up against Hugo. Now, I don't remember which CPU bracket it was. I think it was maybe the CPU bracket number 2. This was a run back off of that first round. And Cody, I think, took it over Hugo 2-1. And this was like the one and only character that stopped Hugo other than Zangief in that first few tournaments. So we haven't seen this matchup since then. Oh, I need this color. There we go. But I am hopefully, I hope to see like at least a little bit more of an even set like last time. But Cody was very good. I don't know how he pulled it out. I think it was all those bingos. We might see another one of that again. Either way, BKN and Xeno. Xeno is, again, previous winner. BKN got kind of sold out a few times. But going into this setup, he is looking pretty good, especially off of how Cody's won against Hugo before. But this, literally, it could just go, like, how you think. It could just go straight into more command grabs. Alright, we pick up the knife, and we don't really do anything with it just yet. We just kind of get stomped on. Alright, once again, another command throw. Alright, criminal upper does get past of that slap. Now about even on life. Tries to backdash into the corner. And nice, actually puts him, keeps him away. And the bingo, oh, is that gonna combo? No, it was a little bit too low. But the throw is still gonna win. Cody taking the first round. Yeah, honestly, if that Ultra 1 comboed, I feel like you had to, like, do that a little bit earlier. But it did look like it actually could have hit. Not quite, though. Still, BKN taking the first round. Alright, uses the slide. And actually tries to get the wall-to-wall. Alright, jumps out. Oh, Hugo is absolutely feeling the pressure here. Alright, well, we now have a full Ultra here. It's not going to quite make it even on life, but you know, we do kind of get things a little bit closer. Okay, alright, we're going to wake up Ultra in response, but again, double Ultra is not going to really put it that high, and Hugo's health is also pretty large, so we still need at least 2 more guesses. There's the EX bingo of 1. Do we get caught into the vortex, though? We might actually be able to. 1 more will absolutely kill. What do we get here? The bingo! Again, bingo is solidifying Cody's reign over Hugo. The first game going up to BKN. Yeah, this was a matchup that I was incredibly happy to see put up on the card as this late in. Of course, Hugo is one of the higher potential characters to make grand finals, but it always kind of gets stuffed on by a character like Hugo and Geef and stuff like that. So we for Xeno's sake, we need to kind of lock it in right now. All right, once again, we pick up the knife to do nothing with it. I feel like it's just like kind of picking it up for style. I actually do want to see the CPU use it a little bit more, like with his normals. All right, command throw once again, and yeah, we're still in the life lead, and both have double Ultra. Bingo once again. Yeah, I feel like Cody is just immensely good with those bingos every time that we run into. And the criminal upper off of the wake up. He is stealing these rounds. Again, Cody is absolutely Hugo's nightmare onto these CPU brackets. I'll try to, the next time if we have Hugo and Cody on the bracket, I'll be sure that they're on the opposite sides, so that way we don't have a guaranteed matchup, but we'll see how it kind of goes, though. Alright. Claps again, and now full hard knockdown. Finally, we get some momentum on Hugo's side. Oh, that's gonna punish, yeah. So that's that's the anti-air. So because he was doing, like that forward kick, that leaves him airborne, so that actually is the right answer to go up against that. But we go into the Ultra 2 in response, but we have a full super meter going in for Hugo. How do we use it, though? I feel like that does literally negative damage to Hugo, like that last hit. Oh, he is on chip. Zeno. That's the homie. He is a previous winner. And you know what? He did pick the right character. But Cody is messing this man up. 2-0 off of the run back from, what was it? Like 3 months, 4 months ago? I've wanted to see this run back so bad. And that solidifies it to me. At least when it comes to the CPU side, Cody is absolutely Hugo's worst nightmare. Shoutouts to BK and fellow Brandon taking the second side of the semifinal bracket. Zeno, once again, if you don't know who Zeno is, he is very high up into the VTubing community. He does mod work also for not only Marvel 3, but for Marvel Infinite. One of my closest friends in the FGC. I love that man to death. Plays very close to my team. He kind of played... I did kind of main his team now for a little bit and then switched over to DK, but you know, he is absolutely one of the most chill persons ever on the planet. I don't want to put his stuff out there, but if you've seen his Twitter, something happened to him. Nothing like life-threatening or anything like that, but I am thinking of him and praying for him and his family. Like, I think it was like he just got flooded in on his apartment or something. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to bring his stuff out there too much, but you know, a little unfortunate things happened to him, so I'm thinking about him. But shout outs to you, sir, Zeno. I will be hopefully seeing you again soon. And, you know, if you guys haven't seen his stuff, go check him out. Yeah, you can check him on Twitch, and he has his own videos, and he's also on TikTok and stuff. So go check him out. Definitely one of the homies for sure. We will see you definitely in the next bracket, I'm sure, at a higher stakes for... I bet you're going to pick, like, something better for the next one, which I can't wait to tell you guys what the next CPU bracket is going to be. Once we get into the finals, I'll tell you guys what it is, and that will be for August's CPU bracket. So just keep in mind, I will be letting you guys know at the end of the stream what that next CPU bracket is going to be. All right, so coming up next, this is a matchup that I'm actually kind of interested to see how this goes. So Charlemagne, once again, another runner-up in another previous bracket with Oni, coming up against Scam Likely. Ooh, this is... I feel like I've seen this matchup before with Oni and Adon. Oh, whoops. I did not mean that. There you go. Let's see. What was Oni's color that I had him pick? Oh, yeah, this one. I really like the chiseled look, like where it's like got the holes in it. You'd see like that fire or whatever underneath it. That's really cool. And what's it? Oh yeah, fucking the chameleon. I think it was this one, right? Number 4. Well, I gotta pick a better color, dog. Let's go. Let's get the teal. Let's see how that looks. Oh boy. All right. Once again, guys, if you guys have enjoyed the bracket so far, we're getting closer into the semifinals. This is the last one going into for the quarterfinals. Every matchup after this is going to be 3 out of 5. So we're going to be getting closer to even more matchups here. And, hey, Flex and Giant, I was just about to say, thank you so much for the subscription there. Much appreciated. It's definitely been a minute since I streamed. I've seen you, dog. It's been a minute. How you doing? If you guys are interested, there's still the Matcherino. If you want to do exclamation point Matcherino, it is still up and available if you guys want to add to the pot. If we get over $50, we will be giving first and second place some money. And if we get over $100, we will be giving first, second, and third place some wad of cash. So if we do get third place, at least something, we'll have at least a guaranteed third place winner. But we'll have to get another set in for that. So either way, if you guys are interested, it is available. And yeah, last matchup for the quarterfinals. My money, honestly, is going to be on Charlemagne's Oni. Just by how much damage you can get from just wake-up DPs every time. Although Adon is just so fast and his normals are very oppressive. It could really go either way. Oh, okay, that's way better on the eyes than the other one for sure. Dude, I say it's better on the eyes, but the eyes are the worst part about this costume, dog. Like, ugh. Nice Jaguar Tooth, nice Jaguar Tooth, nice Jaguar Tooth. Rising Dragon, you know. Bruh, he tried to reach up for to meet up with the Rising Dragon, but did EXDP. Nice Jaguar Revolver. Good damage too. Jaguar Tooth again. And now we have a full double ultra. One full ultra 2 will absolutely bring this even and might actually, oh, from here it'll definitely kill. Alright, Scam really needs to not sell and just actually hit him once. Oh no. He's a Rising Dragon, I heard it. What beats it? Oh my god! Charlemagne stealing it! Scam likely is selling. Oh no, P2 is losing the plot right now. He has negative life and we just absolutely sold it. The amount of life lead that he had? Oh my goodness, so unfortunate. Alright, Jaguar Tooth once again. Revolver. Okay, I don't know if that's actually gonna go for the full cinematic. Yeah, okay, it is. That's still gonna probably leave Oni at a life deficit. Yeah, so it's not that much damage, but hey, getting the full cinematic is still very important. Alright, good blocks. Jaguar Tooth, unfortunately, not quite able to hit. Now fully getting into the Ultra 2. This is gonna bring it pretty on the life lead for Adon. 2 more guesses, though. Oh my god, not again. Not again. Not again. Just hit him! Oh my god! Oh my god, that was so close. Once again off of pixel life. Scam actually staying alive. And he has negative life on his screen. Alright, this is actually pretty competitive. I'm actually kind of excited. This is as close as it gets. Will we get another Shoto into the semifinals, or will we get Adon to go up against Cody? And I feel like that's a more interesting matchup. Alright. Ultra 2. And now we're in the life lead. Oh, wait a minute. Will he actually get into it? No, he doesn't. He's too far. Really unfortunate for Charlemagne. That would have put him into such a better situation here. Not like it matters because he's getting every single normal. Bro, he tried to reach up while he's doing the demon press, whatever that's the fucking avalanche shit. Bruh. Good try, but yeah, we're gonna throw this chameleon in the dirt. Good stuff, Charlemagne taking the first round of the first game. That was very competitive though. That was probably as even as we've seen for most of the night. Yeah. Scam looked pretty good there, but yeah, just not quite able to seal it. Especially even after that Ultra 2, not getting that full cinematic. Alright, presses once again. Alright, DP. Good block on the cross. And he had the full Ultra though. We actually are just going to stand there and completely take the hit. That's the CPU for you. Alright, seems like Adon has now run out of gas. Alright, one more round. And Charlemagne is going to be going... dude, Charlemagne's consistency is very high in these CPU brackets. Usually always picking the Oni. I feel like it's good to like kind of have your character and kind of stick with it. Especially like how well they do. But he might actually be going into, again, another potential grand final situation. Especially with how this Oni's been playing. This might be, again, a little bit too high. Yeah, but still gets a couple hits in. Nice Rising Dragon. And again, the presses. Dude, these ones are just completely just throwing out every single Jaguar Tooth, every DP, and they're just going trade blow for blow every single time. All right, very good from Scam this time. All right, DP precipence of that. Oh wow, actually tries to Rising Dragon. Doesn't get both hits though. Rising Dragon actually just completely gets out from basically the Rapid Slash. All right. And also, the very short hops that you get from Adon's jump-ins, too. Seems like it actually kind of saves him a little bit here. All right, DP, and then goes for the EX Tatsu. Tatsu's, again, we haven't really seen Tatsu from Oni that much. And the EX Rising, wow. That killed off of the last hit. And Scam likely is going to tie it up 1-1. This is competitive from this matchup. All right. This is exactly what I want to see. All right. Sorry, just making sure on my side it's good. All right. Last match, though. All right, Rising Dragon. Oh, okay. He tried to Tatsu in the air. No, not meeting him up there for a time. Already? All right, I think that's gonna go right past. No, actually, he doesn't hop over the Ultra Ones, and that's gonna be full cinematic. That should kill. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right, Charlemagne. 1 round in. You get that you get that little laugh at the end too. It's very very special. You kind of see that cinematic too. Wow, okay, even trade. Even trade again. Oh my god. Both of these guys really want it. Nice DP. Okay. Oh, do we actually hit him here? No. Okay, try to go for an insane read, but a little bit too high to actually get the Ultra One. Oh, that's gonna punish. Oh no, he actually recovered in time. Unfortunately, both Ultras were just completely whiffed. Oh, that's punished. Yeah, nice. That standing roundhouse is so good. You get the multi-hits, and it goes so far. Great damage. And now, here we go. Last round for both Scam and for Charlemagne. Who do we get to go into face, what was it, Inception later? Yeah. Oh no, Inception or Remora, rather. It's BKN. There you go. Alright, I like the neutral. Good. Put in more fireball pressure. Another Jaguar Tooth. Another one. Keep it coming. That's actually going to get the full cinematic, isn't it? Yes, it is. He spaced that out too far away to, like, make that work for him, and then he just jumps right in. Doesn't quite get that much damage. Uh-oh. Okay, nice. Spending the resources perfectly, and now just about even on life. Ooh! The dash up! Oh my god, and Charlemagne with the insane dash up into the EX Tatsu off to next up Rip with the Fierce DP. Oh man, that was an incredible set. That was incredible. I feel like Scam was so close. Scam was literally, I feel like, a round off to make that happen, but Charlemagne proving once again that picking Oni is a very high stock character. And again, Adon is a very high stock character. Brought it to last game, last round, but not quite able to take it over this particular Shoto on this one. So congrats, Charlemagne. You will be advancing into the second part of the semifinals here, and you'll be facing BKN in just a little bit. That was super competitive. That was probably as close, if any, of the rounds that we had tonight. Going back and forth like that. That was, like, it really could have gone either way, honestly. But either way, still good stuff tonight. All right. So now we're getting into the semifinals here. Let me update our little poll here. So we're going to reset that. So now we're in the semifinals. So once again, this is going to be 3 out of 5. What would I put that? I wouldn't even put it like as this. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. That's fine. First up is gonna be Remora and Inception. Let's get you guys at least on this screen here. One of you guys I have to remove from my notes here because you guys are the only ones left that ask for specific colors. So one of you guys gotta go. And just by how damaging they really are, like how well they can go and just keep the momentum high up, I do feel like it's gonna be Ken here. In a 3 out of 5 though, this is it may not be as close as I think. It might actually just be like 3-1. So this is color. Yeah, that's wait. That's not it. Yeah, no. That one's saved on the wrong side. Whoops. So that's color 5. There you go. And Inception is Seth. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Awesome. So once again, guys, the Matcherino is still available. We're getting into the top 4 right now. First place is going to be getting pretty much the full pot right now. I put in $10 earlier. If you still are like pretty much wanting to add more money to the pot, you're more than welcome to. That is going to be strictly for the players. If we do somehow get to $50, we will be spreading it out for first and second place. But that is up to your guys' discretion. If you're more like, if you have it, you're more than welcome to add to it. So exclamation point Matcherino, and stay tuned. We are into the 3 out of 5 sets. We have basically 3 more matches going into to the rest of the match. We'll also be talking about at the end of the stream. We'll talk about the next CPU bracket coming up. If you have been following me on the Discord, you probably already know what it is because I've mentioned it before. But I will let you guys know into detail a little bit later, and I'll have that bracket set up. I'll probably have it available probably at the end of the day tomorrow, if not by Tuesday, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'll update my Twitter and the Discord and everything else to show you to enter into that next bracket. So, all right, let's get the semifinals underway. 3 out of 5. Remora gonna finally be taking the player 1 side, so I don't know if that's gonna be really a hindrance or not, but player 1 has not won that much, but they have been crawling back at least a little bit. It's gonna be impossible for first player to make it even, so you know, won't really matter when it comes to just winning the tournament regardless. Inception also being on player 2 side does at least have the player side advantage, I guess. But it really just depends on how often we really get to see these DPs. Seth's DPs, I feel like, are a little bit more fierce in these situations. He also has like a little bit more of the range factor because of how fast he can get in and out of situations, like the teleports. Doesn't actually finish up that... oh, man. He did not finish up that DP, and we're going to get all of this, and that's going to kill! That was last hit, too. Oh, my goodness. That was just enough for the double ultra to kill Seth. And that's really a big problem, is Seth's health. If he even had, like, a smidget more of, like, less chip, he probably would have had, like, some sort of comeback happen. But either way. Full Tatsu into the EX uppercut. EX uppercut in response. You can also convert that into, like, that suction, like the vacuum. But no meter on that. Okay, alright. So that puts him full screen. And the teleport. Where is he going to be put? Right in front. Okay, really good response from Inception. Try to bait out that ultra too. Oh, nice jumping on the DP though. Wake Up's DP even after the jab. And Remora's going to take the first round. It's not 2 out of 3 yet though. So he does need 2 more games in order to progress. But that still looked pretty good. Even at the, even as close as Seth got. Just one more of those uppercuts was just enough. Alright, nice fierce. Sonic booms. And yeah, the suction actually gets past some of the fireballs too. And you can convert. CPU actually does know how to just go straight into the uppercut after that too. Oh my, dude, these normals are just going straight through Seth's normals. DP's going into the Tundon engine. Aye, not quite a hit confirmed there. A little bit too far. Gets the crumple. A focus dash, brother. Okay, focus dash, crumple into focus dash, backdash. Jumps in anyway, and then just gets Ultra One. Not really the smartest decision making, but hey. Nice fierce again. This is very similar to how like the first round was in this game. At least this particular match. Nice standing. I love standing forward like that. And when you get that the counter hit, I talk about it every time. You get that counter hit, you can reactionary get into Ultra to response. I love that button so much. Regardless, we get into Ultra 1 this time. And even without double Ultra, this Ultra is no damage. Alright. Okay, good. Okay. Wall jumps out of the situation, puts himself into the spot, and then now puts into the full screen situation. Nice hit confirmed. And if you were Punko, you would have gotten those stomps in. And the STP is actually going to seal the deal here. Alright, Inception really locked in there, especially like the wall jump after that full screen Ultra 2 baited it out and then just got way closer in the deficit. Oh, nice forward. Ken's crouching forward is just, love that button. SPD again. Alright. Fierce into the EXDP. That just off of one interaction. And yeah, DP straight through the Ultra. Oh my, yeah, it's over. Yep. Tatsu just right off of the suction. And 2-0. Inception looked pretty good in that second round there. But just kind of didn't really have anything to start off though. Alright, one more and then Remora will be sitting in grand finals of the entire tournament. This could also be a potential run back from the non-grapplers grand finals. Where it was Ken going up against Oni. Same players too, Ken and Charlemagne. It could happen. It could also be Cody sitting in grand finals. I would love to see that, honestly. Alright, teleports out. Again, the suction cup getting out of there. DPs, the CPU knows exactly how to get out of that Ultra situation. Even if it was medium DP or EX, regardless of the fact. Now sweeps, and now one more round. Remora going to be sitting in grand finals. Yataze. I really wish he picked another color. The fucking bald eagle face is just staring into the soul. I mean, it fits the character, but oh man. I feel like I'm sitting at one of my brother's conventions. Alright. DP right off of the focus stack. Medium DP, again, one of the best DPs in the entire game. Tangent engine, okay, good. You can't really get out of the situation. You already jumped in, yeah. But now, good about even on life. And full screen, Ultra 2 again. Dashes in, but gets hit. But not quite able to get the cinematic. He was already airborne. Who likes airborne? Alright, DPs are now just about even on life. But Fire DP, again. Not gonna quite kill off of that. Tatsu's, good tech. Inception, ooh. That was really close. Oh, okay, he's still staying alive. Ooh, man, that was a little sweaty. But that's another round, though, but not quite a game. He needs to take these games and not just take the rounds. Wow, okay. That's the first time we actually try to get to see the roundhouse overhead. Like Tatsu into the heavy DP. Teleport, same side. DPs again to get out of it. No, not this time. And again, this is the no damage Ultra, so this is just straight up sneezing on him. Yeah, that's not that good. Okay, okay. Inception's still in it. Ultra almost looked like it was gonna hit. But I feel like because of the non-real committal punish. Teleports out. And the EX Fireball just tries to get out of the spot. Really didn't want to try to press for another DP, I guess, but EX Fireball is going to seal the deal. Sitting in grand finals is Remora on the 3 straight over Inception. And Inception is, I feel like his win He is so close, he can taste it. He got second place in one. Now he got basically third/fourth place in another. He is so close on getting a victory, but just so close and so far. And I feel like this is Seth's first time really like getting this far in any tournament so far. Like, I do not think that he's gotten too high. Like, maybe into like the first like quarterfinal, but yeah, definitely not semifinal as far as I can remember. Regardless of the fact, though, Remora is sitting nice and comfortable 3-0 into the grand finals. And now we have... Oh, this is going to be... I don't know where to put this. I do not know. This really could be either or. This is BKN, right? BKN's on first player side? Yes. BKN, first player, going up against Charlemagne. Charlemagne, once again, could potentially get into a grand final situation, but has to get through Cody, who's been incredible right now, especially off of the run back against Hugo from a previous tournament, taking it clean 2-0. Cody is the high stocks character tonight as well. And Charlemagne coming up here. All right. 3 out of 5. Winner of this will sit in grand finals. This could be a run back from a previous tournament, or Cody's first time to shine into a grand final situation could happen. Either way, I would hope to not see a mirror match, or not mirror match, but like a Shoto match. You know, Ken and Oni is just such a toss up, but this one could be a little bit more of a more convincing matchup, at least when it comes to like how well he's been going against. He already went through Ryu, he went through Evil Ryu, and he's got to get through Oni, and you got to get through Ken. Honestly, when you put it like that, he's had such a hard matchups. Like, if you just see all of the Shotos he had to get through. Oh my god. Not when you try to reactionary go off Ultra 2 and then Rapid Slash is just invincible to get past that. Okay, we got the crumple. Not quite a punish, though. Nice throw. Okay. Okay, I was about to say, he didn't have EX to go through that, so I wasn't sure if it was going to go through or not. But the clutchness coming in from BKN off of, like, 5% life? Dude. Cody is looking clean right now. Napping right off in the Amazon. Alright, also we want to keep a notice. Cody has not picked up the knife. The knife is somewhere sitting in the Amazon. You gotta pick that up, dog. Alright. Bingos again. Picks up the knife and immediately drops it. CPU fashion. Okay. Very convincing from Charlemagne. Those fierce DPs are really holding Oni's own. I feel like that's really the greatest equalizer this character has. Obviously, the Ultras are very good and very strong, but just based off neutral, it's just been the fierce DPs every single time. Okay. Both EXs kind of went past each other, but the Tatsus was able to at least get past a little bit. Fierce DPs to get out of the Ultra situation. Fierce DPs again. Nice roundhouse. Fierce DP again. We don't have any Ultra, and the chip damage, you're going to wake up. You had to have some sort of invincibility to not take that chip, but that was guaranteed situation. And now Charlemagne, yeah, taking the first game over Cody. I definitely want to see another more competitive set. So 3 out of 5 is what we're having. We'll see if we can have BKN come back a little bit. Okay, not when we're getting completely erupted here. Stun was super close. I feel like one more fierce would have definitely sealed it, but we at least get off the stun pressure. But now we have to get every single one of these guesses correct. Good blocks. Nice EX Tatsus, and then tries to slide underneath of the fireball and just meets him right in there. 3 more rounds. Charlemagne looking incredibly convincing in that one. All right, criminal upper into the bingos. Not sure why we try to go for the slide, but now this is actually going to punish. Yeah, it goes right through the Ultra, but actually some of the dirt was stopped by the fireball there. I don't think I've ever seen a trade like that. So I don't think he was able to get all of the hits in there. And CPU fashion, again, we'll pick up the knife, and we'll immediately drop it. One day I'll see a full string with the knife. Oh, unable to block the cross-up. Oh, man! Okay, every single one of these comebacks were from Ultra 2 off of either a fireball or like the regular rapid slash. Wasn't quite able to get through it, but still, it's the kick up of the Sand Ultra that's really keeping it alive. Okay. You really don't want to like have a 2-0 victory over, so I feel like BKN really needs this game. Need to at least tie it up here and make it a 1st-3 situation. Gonna be really hard when he keeps getting hit constantly. A lot of focuses, not really the right answer. Alright, this is gonna kind of make it close, but I still feel like Oni's gonna have the life lead. Yeah. And now he has a full Ultra, or at least double Ultra, rather. Oh my, okay. Focuses is not making it happen for Cody. He is losing off of every one of those trades. And I feel like he's just trying to build more of the Ultra meter. And because of that, he's taking way more damage because it's not going through. Charlemagne is looking extremely promising to meet up with Remora in another grand finals that they're having together. BKN's gonna need 3 games straight to stay alive. And as much as Cody is Hugo's demon, I feel like this literal demon, Oni, oh my god. Yeah, well, okay. I wouldn't quite say pack it up, but yeah, that's every answer is just being met, and not. That's the thing too. Cody is not punishing properly. He is not doing the right things. Not that many bingos. There we go. Oh man, and just like that, he tries to get a little momentum on his side, tries to jump in, and just gets stomped on the standing fierce. And I think, yeah, that's gonna do it. One more round, Charlemagne will move on and advance to the grand finals. Okay, stomps again. Alright, DPs. Okay, picks up the knife. Is he able to block? He wanted to throw the knife through the Ultra. Cody, for the love of God, block. God damn. He's like this. He picked up the knife to want to yeet it at this man. Nice. Back strong. Good punish. Oh, but there we go. Okay, so that's how that's gonna work. Okay, oh my god. Okay, another final round of the match. Every single time we've at least had 1-1. And then right back over to Charlemagne's victory. Is it going to be a repeated, or is BKN finally going to wake up because he's sleepy?
Pull out all the stops. Fight.
Alright. Okay, criminal upper. Oni again in a commanding life lead, spending all of his resources, and I don't blame them. Really want to try to seal the deal way faster than you need to. Okay, do we actually punish here? We don't. Unfortunately, oh, he's going to jump right into it, isn't he? Okay, this is looking extremely grim. We need every single correct decision. Slides under, and the EX Bingo tries to go through the block string, but the Fierce DP 3-0. BKN unfortunately will not be seeing grand finals again. I really kind of wanted to see Cody in the grand finals at least the one time, but once again, I gotta say, the Oni stock is incredibly high. Of course, you know, we've seen this is now the second time that this character has seen second place at the very least, you know. It's still not over, obviously. You know, second place would be unfortunate for Oni to reach that, but he has seen grand finals at least before, so this is now, like, at least if you want to think about, like, how well a character is, like as far as tier list, you're guaranteed with when you're picking Oni, pretty much a guaranteed 4th place to 2nd place. So you gotta have to think of it that way. This character is incredibly high stocks, and not also for that, but for Cody as well. He's gotten this far to like the 3 out of 5 sets and just hasn't quite been able to push the mold. But he's just that close to be able to make it. Same with Adon, same with Abel, same with Honda. I feel like we're really getting like the tier list really like kind of solidify with these CPUs, as well as like how they kind of are matched up, you know? I guess we could do that at some point once the season is over. Then we could go like how well we've kind of seen how all the matchups have went. I'll probably do like a little tally and like do something later. But either way, enough of that. Enough of that yapping. Charlemagne will meet with Remora into the grand final situation. Winner will take all. I think we still only have the match arena funded. Yeah, we still have the $10 that's in. So first place will be getting all of the money in the pot. Remora has already won a previous set. Well, not really a set. He's won a bracket before. But, oh, whoops, that's the wrong person. Excuse me. There we go. So he's already won. So he's already putting himself into the grand finals or the season finals. If Charlemagne takes this, then he's guaranteed into that as well. If he doesn't win, I'm gonna leave that up to y'all. I do want the winners to actually be in the season. If we don't put him in, then we'll just have an additional bracket. So that way we can get the guaranteed 8 people. We could try to get another like goofy one to like try to maybe like kind of offset that. I do want at least 8 different people to be in that season, that last season grand finals, I guess, or the top 8 brackets. Invitational, I guess, is the right word for it. I don't know. I'll try to figure it out as we go along. All right. Without further ado, though, grand finals. Remora sitting on first player side. Bald eagle staring into my eyes. Once again, real quick, want to shout out Sept for the resub on the Prime and Flex and Giant with the resub as well. Thank you guys so much for the support and for everyone that's been watching and participating in these tournaments. Finishing up a little bit early. Only 24 in this particular bracket. Hopefully in the next one. Once again, after this this set, I will let you guys know what the next CPU bracket is, and I'll tell you when we can expect that and what weekend we're looking at. I do want to at least give it like another month, like maybe towards the last weekend of August, but we'll see. I'll try to get a little more definitive date as we get closer, but that bracket will be available most likely by the end of tomorrow or on Tuesday, so just keep an eye out for that. And I'll let you guys know what that bracket is going to look like after this set. So grand finals, Remora on player 1 side, Charlemagne on player 2. This is a matchup that we've seen already. And last time it was, I think it was 3-0 somehow. Either that was 3-1 on Remora's side. But now this is Charlemagne's run back. He's now on player 2 side. Has gone through so many of these players to get here, but we'll see how well he can go up against someone on the DP side. And it seems like it's very reminiscent of that first matchup, completely whiffing that fierce DP. All right, I don't think that's gonna quite punish. Somehow was airborne. Maybe he was up backing at the end and wasn't quite able to get that cinematic. A little unfortunate for Charlemagne, but still brings it a little bit closer. All right, everybody is trading blow for blow on DP for DP. DP again, and just about even on life. And he's going to get punished because of the Ultra 2. That's exactly what you can't have happen. You throw in for the medium range, but Ken will obviously go and punish that off of the full screen Ultra 2. The CPU is incredibly good at registering for another fireball. All right. Definitely want to see more of those electric fireballs. Yeah, the neutral game for Oni is much better than Ken, for sure. When you start going into the fireball war, at least. All right, DPs to response off of that missed DP in the block. All right, and just like that, EX DP, 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 DP. And then crouching strong. All right. Kind of threw me off there a little bit, you know, but all right, Remora looked pretty convincing there. 69 seconds. Haha, left on the clock. Taking the first game. When you go for those blow for blows on the DPs, I feel like Ken is winning in those regards, but when you go into the neutral space, which the CPU doesn't like to do and stay in that spot, Charlemagne is winning though.
Are you ready? Fight!
All right, tries to again. It's the jump ins too. Like Oni very awkwardly doesn't really need to jump in when you have like the better fireball range. All right, just about even on life. Tries to rapid slash, but a little bit too far. Okay, tries to DP through that, but wasn't quite able to hit Oni from that. And actually is going to punish off the raw ultra on that too. All right, 2 bars though. Waking up with the counter hit DP. Okay, seeing more of the fireball wars. Oh, the standing forward! That was OD standing forward to get Pat. Wow. That was one of the definitive bread and butters that we've seen in a previous match from Charlemagne. Almost quite able to get that, but that standing forward is one of my favorite buttons in this. Oh, good dash out to get out of that. All right, EXDP, DPs again, DPs again. Step kick, light kick, Tatsu. Okay, Charlemagne is losing the plot. Charlemagne, oh, Charlemagne's getting, Charlemagne, stop holding forward with your face. Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious. Dog, every single situation, just, he got hit, I got hit. Oh shit. Brother, oh man, I really gotta get this damn fucking bird out of my face. Run it up, 2-0 or more on match, game, and tournament point here. Charlemagne's gonna have to wake up here. Okay, good block on the DP though. Okay, that will not go through. Yeah, he's gonna get the full cinematic here. Alright, full screen. Just jumps completely right over, and not much of a punish, but regardless, we get rid of the ultra. Dude, Oni is not doing this right. This is not going to do that much damage. This is only like just barely getting double ultra. That is a sneeze damage. Yeah, step kick. All right. Well, step kick is going to do it, and one more round, and all right, Charlemagne really can't even. Somehow the player 2 side has been incredibly favored, but of course player 1 side is going to try to seal the deal off of basically 6 whole rounds straight. Alright, I don't know why the Oni is constantly trying to press that, but that has not been the right answer. Has been DP'd every single time. Standing forward again to get out of that dash. Oh wow, I actually try to jab into DP. What a block string. Okay, finally was able to get the press in, but DPs again, tries to slam it. And again, every single one of those options was stopped by a DP. Ken is just going to press those, and Charlemagne just dies. A 3-0 6-round victory, all by fire and regular DPs, for heaven's sake. First player side at least gets the 20 with those rounds to complete. That was good stuff. Remora taking it 3 straight to take another CPU round. And, I don't know what to do with this. Remora already has solidified himself into the grand final, so he's not going to get another slot in there or anything like that. I'm probably going to, like, do something like this. Alright. Let me just try to run through the brass tacks here just a second. First off, yeah, before we continue, congrats to Remora taking first place for Bird Ken, Harvey Bird Ken, attorney at law, taking first place again on a The first person to get a second win on a CPU bracket off of the same character too. There have been plenty of Geef wins, but not by the same player. So at least by still picking with the guns on Ken, he's won twice. So if you have to think about it, Geef and Ken are definitely higher stakes on these CPU brackets. I don't think that means that Ken is worth banning though. He's not necessarily winning by like complete wins. Like it's gone to like last rounds and stuff. So it's not quite as dominant as Geef is. So I don't think he's really worth a ban. So I'm not going to do anything like that. I don't think that's necessarily fair. But I do want to make sure, at least for the next one, that we guarantee a win for like a new player, because I don't think I'm going to add Charlemagne onto the bracket because he didn't win. The idea is to have 8 winners of different brackets to pick the characters that they won with, to do a final bracket tournament, 3 out of 5 sets, to then win basically $100. That's the idea. We already have like 5 winners, and with this as the 6th one, we don't have a 6th winner. So I do want to make sure that whatever we do for the next one is a guaranteed win. So not only am I going to do this next bracket as the next like rules I'm going to set, I think I'm just going to make sure that no previous winners win on at least on the next one. You could probably go on like the next one, like for guys like Remora, that's won twice, Dangerbox, Bry, Xeno, T-Hawk. All you guys have already made it, so at least to try to fill in, I don't want to try to have that many of the same players winning. I will at least like make this open for players that haven't won. So whoever has won a previous bracket will not be participating in this next one for August, but you will be able to play in September's one, just to at least guarantee someone else to fill up a spot. I don't want to try to go through the whole year and then the same 5 people have won. You know, I'm not trying to do that. So the next one will have you guys unfortunately not participate. And the next bracket we're going to do, it's not going to be anything special as far as additions, but I am going to limit the characters you can pick this time. If you've paid attention into my Discord, I have mentioned it already. I'm going to be calling it CPU number 7, Femme Fatale. What that means is females only. All females. That includes DeCapre, we got Jury, we got Chun, we got Ibuki, Makoto, Sea Viper, we have Cammy, we have Rose, we have Sakura, and we have Elena and Poison. So we got a good amount of characters that, number one, haven't really been picked that often, right? Sakura hasn't been picked that often. Every time Elena's been picked, she dies. Rose has definitely gotten high up in stocks, but hasn't really quite nailed it out. DeCapre and Cammy also very high in stocks. Viper doesn't really get too far. Makoto not too far. Ibuki not too... Oh, you get the point. You get the point. But to at least fill in for the female crowd, we will have these characters be picked. How am I going to delegate this? Well, we might, obviously we're going to have, this open, right? But I feel like every character is only going to get picked 3 times. That's where I'm going to be limiting it. So let's say, we have the first players pick, first player that enters, second and third, they all pick DeCapre. You can't pick DeCapre anymore. We're only going to have 3 players participate and have 3 available slots for the same character. Then, there's only 3 slots for a Jury, and so on and so forth. How I'm going to seed the bracket, I don't want to have grand finals be of the same character. So we're going to have like the pool side kind of like be set up to where like all the DeCapre is going to play each other, do the mirror match, and then whichever is the best DeCapre moves on. Same goes for the next character, and so on and so forth. So I do want at least somewhat of variety as we get later into the sets rather than the early type of situation. So I don't want to have a mirror match going into grand finals. You know what I mean? I want at least some sort of matchup. So that's the rule set. Femme Fatale, all female characters only. 3 picks each. So we'll have it limited to, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it's 11 or 12. So basically up to 33 players can be picked for this bracket. yeah, so that's the rule set. And let me check the calendar real quick. I'm going to try to have it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything going on the weekend of August 29th. So I'm going to try to shoot for August 30th. I don't think that we have anything going on myself personally that day. So for now, I will have the Start GG open and available most likely by the end of Monday going into Tuesday. And I'll let you guys know through Twitter and Discord when that's available. And that weekend of the August 29th, most likely on the 30th, if not the 31st, we will be having that bracket to get a brand new player. So, yeah, I will be posting all that in the Discord most likely by tomorrow and on Start GG. Just stay in tune for that. And for more, just stay tuned on Discord. I'll let you know when you can add yourself into Matcherino, and I'll get you paid out by the end of tonight. I'm just going to run through it really quick. All right. So that's going to do it, guys. Thank you guys for everyone who has participated into the bracket. And congrats again to Remora. Shoutouts again, Charlemagne, second place once again. Again, all these players getting fourth and third and second place. They're all so close. But hopefully, we'll get to see more of them in the future for sure. But yeah, as far as the recording goes, that's going to do it. Shouts to you guys for watching. And I will see you guys for August 29th for like that weekend for the Femme Fatale CPU bracket for Ultra Street Fighter 4. Till then, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.